Alrighty, so we're going live, and today I'm running a deck that I like to call, for fun, Build Your Own Academy. So the point behind this deck is to take advantage of a Tezzerator shell, which allows us things like Chalice of the Void um, to lock out your opponent a bit. Gives us access to Force OL, and then we get Storm the Vault. So Storm the Vault, legendary enchantment that came out in Rivals of Ixalan. And it's whenever one or more creatures you control deals combat damage to a player, you create a colorless treasure artifact creature token with tap, sacrifice this artifact, add 1 mana, make color to your mana pool, so you make a Lotus Petal essentially. And then at the beginning of your end step, if you control 5 more artifacts, you transform this. So this becomes a legendary land that has tap, add 1 mana, make color to your mana pool, or tap, add blue to your mana pool for each artifact you control. Hence the build your own Tolarian Academy. So we've got a bit of a Tezzerator shell. It's a Grixis. We're mostly blue, red, but we do have some black in here and whatnot for like Thopter Foundry, Toxic Deluge, Tezzeret Angel and Bolas. And then we have like 4 Chrome Mox, 4 Izzet Signet for some of our mana fixing. The mana base is 2 Underground Seas, 4 Volcanic Islands, 2 Wastelands, 5 blue fetch lands, 2 islands, 4 Ancient Tombs, and Academy Runes. Got a couple of Ensnaring Bridges here as a early lock piece if we need to dig to them. We can do that to lock out any creature strategies. I have the full 4 Thopter Foundries with 3 Store the Meeks to increase the chances of getting those online. The additional copies also mean our Chrome Moxes can more aggressively imprint things like our Thopter Foundries. Storm the Vault is a legendary enchantment, so Chrome Mox can imprint one of those as well. And then I have 4 Thopter Spy Networks as another way to increase the amount of cards we can draw, as well as increase the amount of pressure we can put on an opponent. So it's enchantment for 2 and 2 blue. Beginning on my upkeep, if I control an artifact, I make a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying. And whenever 1 or more artifact creatures I control deals combat damage to a player, I may draw a card. So this gives us the ability to keep making tokens and whatnot. That can lead us into stuff like Storm the Vault flipping. If we get Storm the Vault flipped with a Thopter Foundry and Sword of Meek, things can get really nasty really quick for our opponent. I have 2 Dack Fayden to help dig. I have 4 Tezzeret to help dig. It's also an alternate win condition. 2 Toxic Deluge to clean up a messy board if my opponent gets a bunch of creatures out. That's the main board. Sideboard. So we got a couple of the Abyss. So at the beginning of each player's upkeep, you destroy target non-artifact creature that player controls of his or her choice. It can't be regenerated. It's going to be great against stuff like Death and Taxes, the Delver variants and whatnot. 1 Nether Void's going to be great against combo and whatnot, like Storm. We have 4 Trinispheres. They're going to be a little tougher to get down since we only have the 4 Soul Lands and 4 Chrome Mox, really, since we have 4 Ancient Tombs and 4 Chrome Moxes for mana acceleration and whatnot. I have 2 Garaport Aether Grid, so that's another alternate win condition. It also works for great board control. It's tap 2 untapped artifacts you control. This deals 1 damage to target creature or player. A great way to control the board, keep Delvers down, keep like Thalias down, all that. 3 Paydim, Console of Innovation. Artifacts you control have hexproof. At the beginning of upkeep, if you control artifacts, the highest mana costs are tied. You may draw a card. This can give us card advantage against decks like Miracles. Gives us card advantage against decks like Check Pile. It also protects some of our lock pieces. Like if we have a Paydim down, our opponent will have to answer Paydim before they answer Chalice of the Void. A lot of times their main way to answer Paydim is going to be a 1 mana cost spell like a Fatal Push with Revolt, a Source of Plowshares. The fact that it has 4 toughness means Bolt's not going to do it. So Paydim and Chalice can fairly represent a pretty decent lock. And Paydim generally will draw us cards because not everyone's running artifacts, and our artifacts are generally going to cost more. 3 Revelant Riches for an alternate win condition as well. So this is whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, create a colorless treasure token with tap, sacrifice this artifact, add 1 mana of any color your mana pool. Again, basically a Lotus Petal. And then at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 10 or more treasures, you win the game. So this will give us the ability to make a lot of treasures in combination with like Storm the Vault, which also allows us to make a lot of treasures. So that's the deck. That's what we're going to try out today. It's kind of silly, so we're going to see how it goes, but hopefully it works out. And let's go ahead and open up this league here. Got the full play set to Storm the Vault, so should be pretty interesting. We're going to try and make Tolarian Academies tonight. because that card was banned in Legacy for a very good reason. We're going to remind everyone why it's banned in Legacy. Thanks for joining the stream, by the way. I appreciate you stopping by. All right, we got our first match, so let's see if we can make our opponent miserable or not. Our opponent crushed us in the die roll. Means we'll be on the draw. This hand's pretty close. I don't know if we can really keep it, but I think we're gonna try it out. We're gonna keep this. We're gonna see how this goes. Our first catch of the day, absolutely. All right. So for us, this is elves actually. No, mana bond. So this is gonna be lands. Luckily, we can make a lot of. Hopefully, if we get the right things, we can make a lot of Thopters. Okay. Our opponent just gonna combo us here. Yeah, they have enough to just combo us. That's good for them. Yeah, so we're in a little bit of trouble. This is kind of silly. Okay. Your opponent has it. They just have it. Yep. So I cannot turn one in Ensnaring Bridge, so we're definitely not going to be able to answer this. I don't have any ways to just... I don't have any ways to just gain a life and then Toxic Deluge for like 20 to kill their Merit Lage. So, I don't remember. I don't think we have any outs here, really. Our sideboard has nothing to do with this. I wish I could look at my deck. Look at this deck. No, that's not there. Okay. Well, then. Yeah, so... I mean, I can make enough mana to Toxic Deluge and try and get rid of that, but we just die. Yeah, well, no point in giving my opponent any information. Great start we're at, huh? Let's see here. So, I'm not a fan of Nethervoid or the Abyss against them. The Revel of Riches might be okay. I guess it doesn't really give us... It doesn't actually give us tokens, because it's not like we're going to be killing their creatures. I don't know if we really do anything different other than what we're trying main board. It's like Aether Grid can be a random win condition. Trinisphere is probably not really worth it. And I think this is just pretty much what we're going to want to do. Like, we can block a Merit Lage for days as long as we get a few turns to set up. We also have these Ensnaring Bridge, which is nice. I could see bringing in, like, Paydim and maybe dropping Force of Will. Paydim will help us protect our Ensnaring Bridges. They'll have to, like, double Punishing Fire it before they can destroy it. So we're going to try, we'll try that out. This hand's close. I'm fine keeping it. It's not ideal, but, like, we have the basic to protect against Wasteland. We can just start on basic island, let them play a turn. Hopefully, we're going to need to draw more mana. Wow, turn 1 mana bond into that. That was pretty impressive. So here I'm probably, unfortunately, going to have to Chrome Mox, exile my Storm the Vault. If we get another land, then I can play a turn 2 Ensnaring Bridge. If we get another land, I can hopefully play a turn 3 Paydim to help protect that Ensnaring Bridge. My opponent's discarding a Wasteland. I'm going to picture they're going to be playing land and just casting Loam here, but it could just be, I guess it could be a gamble. Discard Life Loam. Discard Crop Rotation. Okay, that's fine. I'm perfectly okay with my opponent discarding Crop Rotation. It will tap for blue-red, which is nice. Horizon Canopy, okay. Yeah, I'm picturing that Exploration is probably what my opponent just gambled for. Obviously, getting rid of Crop Rotation isn't ideal for them, but it's not bad. Ghost Quarters is really obnoxious. So something tells me this game is actually going to be pretty tough. Yeah, I'm going to use that ability. We're going to get back this island. So we're going to hope my opponent doesn't just have like Loam so they can Loam back Ghost Quarter and get us every turn. Chrome Mox, yeah, so I mean we can play Ensnaring Bridge, but we have to get rid of both our action spells. Which we might just have to actually do, unfortunately. And we're not really in a rush to get Ensnaring Bridge down. This kind of sucks. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and get Ensnaring Bridge down. Okay. Get this Paydim in play. Or out of here. Get Ensnaring Bridge down. Let's do that. Okay. Alright. My opponent has 2 cards left in hand. If one of them is Life Loam, we're probably in deep shit. Mostly because they can Ghost Quarter lock us at this point. This is our last basic land, so now Ghost Quarter is essentially a strip mine. So we're never going to have a land in play for more than a turn. And our Storm the Vault, unfortunately our Storm the Vault flipping is going to be pretty bad in the face of Ghost Quarters. Sorcerer's Spyglass might be a decent card to have post-board against this deck. Sorcerer's Spyglass is definitely an option. I don't know if the Abysses and the Nether Voids are really necessary. Hey, what's up, Matt? Lands went turn 1 mana bond, make it a Merit Lage, and kill you. And now they've gone Ghost Quarter off the opener, get rid of both your basic islands. So we're in trouble. We'll say yes, but we're not going to find anything. Yeah, Tezzin Storm the Vaults. Maze of It doesn't matter. We know our opponent also has a Wasteland. Yeah, this Wasteland on our side really doesn't matter. I'm kind of feeling like I might want to hold off on playing it until we can get something else going. So let's get this Sword of the Meek in play. Why not? I'd like to be able to... Well, I guess right now I can't actually cast a Thopter Foundry since I don't have black or white. We do want to keep our hand size small in case they play Tyrus Tracker or whatnot. Big concerns are going to be something like, okay, it looks like they dredge back Lifeloam, and they found Lifeloam, Molten Vortex. We know they have Wasteland in their hand. I don't think they got back anything else. Yeah, just Wasteland, Ghost Quarter. So there's the Wasteland we knew about. They have a Lifeloam in their hand, and we don't know about the last card. So I'm going to sack the Horizon Canopy to draw a card. Looks like they dredge as well. And that's going to get Barbarian Ring, Karakas, Bojuka Bog. So Barbarian Ring is an alternate win condition they can do through the Snaring Bridge. Hopefully it doesn't come down to that. They currently don't have the mana to really cast anything. I'm not sure. Okay, my opponent apparently went past trying to pay costs, so that's cool. Alright, Izzet Signet. That's kind of a... It's another mana. That's cool. We're getting there. So did my opponent... So my opponent didn't play a land there? A second land at least? If we just like Wasteland my opponent here, that might actually keep my opponent off the mana to cast Lifeloam again. So I don't believe they have another land in hand now. So we'll see what happens here. It'd be kind of interesting if my opponent doesn't play a land here and passes. Be nice. Oh my god, yes. That Wasteland was great. So my opponent is unable to currently play Lifeloam, which is great. They're going to have to draw a land. They dumped a bunch of lands on the last couple turns, so hopefully they're not likely to draw a land, but we'll keep the Scalding Tarn up. Not that it's too relevant. They can play 2 lands a turn, so they can just like Ghost Quarter and Wasteland, or Wasteland and then Ghost Quarter, whatever we fetch. Might have been worth it to hold the Scalding Tarn in hand just that reason. If we get another turn with all our mana in play, probably going to be jamming this in Snaring Bridge. Okay, you have a gamble. Alright. How's everyone doing tonight? I'd love to find a Thopter Spy Network. My opponent discarded Grove of the Burned Willows, so they went for land and dropped it. I do need to resolve. Unfortunately, I need to resolve a. I need to be able to resolve my 2-mana spell, so I can't just Chalice of the Void on 2 to shut down their Lifeloam. So I'm going to need to resolve my Thopter Foundries. I guess Thopter Spy Network I might not actually have to. So I think Chalice of the Void at 2 might actually be fine. So I'm going to try it. I think shutting down Wasteland's perfectly okay. Like, I'm not super excited for it, but we don't have that many. Like, we already have a Sword of the Meek in play, and those return anyways if we sack them. So, like, this is probably fine. So at least keeps the lands they have in the graveyard in their graveyard. You have to play Tin Fins versus Esper Stoneblade. You can definitely beat that. Hey, my opponent skipped to that. Awesome. Alright. Yeah, we had a lot of 2-drops to draw through that Chalice. That would have been unfortunate. Yeah, I think we just run it back again. Like, I could see bringing in the Nether Voids. I just don't think they're really relevant. Force Wills on the draw might be okay, just because we do want to counter their expirations. In order to defend the Force Wills, like, I don't think we need Tox Deluge. I can probably drop that. Like, we're just going to be hitting Tiles Trackers with that, which seems a little awkward. And then I think I'm fine dropping a Tezzeret. No one brought Leylines to the league. Yeah, no one brought Leylines. That's going to be sad for them. Yeah, we'll submit this. We'll try it out. I still want the Dak Fadens because they can dig me into other things. But see what happens here. So my opponent knows a little bit more of what they're playing against. I don't know if they brought in Krosan Grip originally, because I don't know if they knew we were running anything with artifacts, but they didn't bring in Krosan Grip originally. They probably are bringing it in now. Oh, Storm the Vaults is this one. I don't know if you can see that okay. Yeah, you just mistyped that a little bit, Matt. Let's see here. I can turn one Chalice for one. Unfortunately, they're on the play. I don't know if that's going to be as strong. If they have a Wasteland, we're very hurt for mana, so I don't think I can keep this. I think I have to mulligan, unfortunately. This one's a little bit better. As long as we get this Ancient Tomb for a turn, we can get turn 2 Tezzeret, which helps take us through our deck. I'm going to try it. Chalice is okay as well. Okay, my opponent's going to gamble here. Not sure what they're gambling for this early in the game, but like I can see them gambling for maybe a Krosan Grip, so that way, like while they have the most cards in hand, they can possibly have a Krosan Grip in hand. They could be gambling for like an Exploration if they have Mox Diamond and a bunch of lands in hand. They could also obviously be gambling for a Life for Loam if that's all they're missing in their hand. So that's a Mox Diamond. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and gem this Chalice for one. I would like to keep them off Exploration if at all possible. It also keeps them off, well, I guess they probably don't have Exploration if they played Mox Diamond and didn't play Exploration. So keep them off their crop rotations, their gambles, and their Explorations. The flip side of Storm the Vaults is tap to add a mana of any color to your mana pool, and then tap, add blue for each artifact you control. So it's a gold land and then a Tolarian Academy. So my opponent has crop rotation in hand. If they have another fast like combo and whatnot, we're probably still in a little bit of trouble. But what can you do? I'm hoping they don't crop rotation just like randomly for a Wasteland or a Ghost Quarter. If they have crop rotation for a Ghost Quarter, I'm a little more okay with that, because it will take them a few turns to keep us off mana in general. Crop rotation for a Wasteland is going to be a little more annoying. Thespian Stage. Okay, so that's a bad side. The Thespian Stage can likely mean they're going to have a pretty fast combo. Luckily, they can't combo us out next turn. It's going to take at least one more turn. And they have 2 more cards in hand, so it's not like they really have too much going for them at the moment. Not sure why my opponent's still holding up for this Chalice. Okay. So they didn't really do anything else. Not sure. Not sure what that pause was. Wasteland, that's obnoxious. Stop it. You're a mean, mean person. I'm going to guess they have Life for Loam in hand, and they're going to loam that back. Yeah, of course. Okay. That's the thing. Oh, we do still have Exploration shut off for them. We also have Gamble and Crop Rotation shut off for them, so that's nice. It's going to play a Scalding Tarn. We're going to hope to draw more land, but we're in trouble if we don't. It's possible the Chalice run wasn't really that necessary. Could have just been like, you know, play Izzet Signet just to keep our mana up and maintain it, but so they dredge back Life Loam, found another Loam, a Dark Depths, and a Ghost Quarter. Okay. That Ghost Quarter is very unfortunate for us. Yeah, we might just be dead because my opponent found the cards we needed. We didn't. Mana base seems fairly susceptible to Wasteland, so definitely something I'm going to have to check out when we go ahead and try to play around the deck list. Sorcerer's Spyglass is naturally going to have to be something we consider. So I'm going to go ahead and fetch Volk Underground Sea. I guess I'm going to fetch Volk Island. Like, they have Wasteland, they have Ghost Quarter, so we're not really going to get out of it. We have at least 2 islands on the deck, so if they try to Ghost Quarter our Volk, we'll still have 2 mana. And they'll have to loan back Ghost Quarter before they can use it again. But, like, really, like, next turn we're going to need to draw Ensnaring Bridge. And hopefully they just go for it. But I don't know how lucky we're going to get. Stage, Grove, Woody Foothills off another Dredge. That's pretty good. My opponent's greedy, they're probably just going to go for it. If my opponent's not greedy, they will try to Wasteland and Ghost Quarter me out of the game a bit. We'll have to see. What kind of person are you, opponent? Are you the greedy type, or are you the careful type? I don't know if I already commented on this, Matthew Hafford, but the names are definitely much better than Kamigawa. I'm not a fan of Kamigawa at all. Names, cards, anything. Alright, so they're getting greedy, so they're going to try and just go for this. So if I top deck in the Ensnaring Bridge here, we should be in good shape. Okay. But I do need to top deck in the Ensnaring Bridge here, exactly. Nothing else will do. I can't actually cast a Thopter Foundry. It's going to have to be an Ensnaring Bridge. There are only 2 of them in the deck, so we didn't top deck it. So, oh well, we didn't get there. That happens. All right, we'll go into round. We'll go into match 2. All right, so Sorcerer's Spyglass needs to go into the sideboard, I think. It's possible that hand was just loose anyway. Yes, I'd love to play first. This would be great if this was actually. What do you want? I think it would be great if it actually had mana in it, but it didn't. This hand also doesn't really have mana in it, so we're going to have to mulligan again. This hand has mana, so we'll try this. We'll keep. I can't really cast that. I think I have to put it on top, though. So I want to just like play this Ancient Tomb, use this Chrome Mox, exiling like Toxic Deluge and jam it in Ensnaring Bridge. That doesn't really get us anywhere. So I think I might just have to wait until next turn. Sounds pretty miserable. Alright, we're going to play this Chrome Mox. I'm just going to exile the Storm the Vaults, and we're going to play Ensnaring Bridge. Hope Ensnaring Bridge is just enough. And this way, if we're against like a Delver deck or whatever, we still have Toxic Deluge possibly. We'll need to find a black source, but we will have access to Toxic Deluge possibly. So, opponent had Force, okay. That's a Force deck, so good chance it might be some type of Delver. What are they? Spell Pierce, so probably like Miracles. It could be Delver if it has Probe, so probably Grixis Delver. Maybe Sneak and Show. Some Sneak and Show pilots use Gitaxian Probe. This could be Eureka Tell, given the Tropical Island. Yeah, we're just going to have to pass. I don't think Thopter Spy Network is going to be quite good enough against that deck, though. Two drops, mismatched, worth noting. Brainstorm, okay. So my opponent hasn't fetched, so this Brainstorm looks like they might be locked out, hopefully. They're going to draw at least one more of the cards that they have, so if the whole hand was miserable, they are locked currently, which is great. There's an island, so we can play a Thopter Spy Network. Start getting some value, I guess, right? Alright. This will help us start drawing some cards, too, which is nice. It's going to take a couple turns for that to be relevant, but... Lighted Agent. Okay, so we're against Infect. That makes a lot more sense. We do have this Toxic Deluge that we can't currently cast. There's that. We have this Thopter Foundry now that we can't currently cast either. So this is awkward. I guess we're just going to pass turn and hope we're not dead. Yeah, out of the Eureka Tell deck, Eureka just functions as like extra show and tells. You also run like Ugin. You still run like Omniscience, you run Ugin, you run like sometimes Progenitus still. Alright, let's see if we're dead. Can't block, so. Alright. You have 7 on us. Do you have an Invigorate? You have Berserk. That's more than enough. You got it. Alright, we're not doing very well today. So we're bringing these Aether Grids. We're going to bring in these Abyss. Nether Void's probably fine. Trinispheres are probably okay. I'm not huge on them, but they're probably fine. So, what do I not like here? Deck Fading doesn't seem great, but Deck Fading does dig, so there's that. Ensnaring Bridge actually doesn't really do anything, because most of their creatures, when they're attacking, are going to have 0 or 1 power, and we're probably not going to be able to keep our hand that low with how fast that deck can be. Thopter Foundry and Southerny can still dig us pretty deep, and it still gets us a lot of blockers, which is nice. Let's see. Thopter Spy Network probably isn't great. Toxic Deluge I'm not huge on, but it's probably fine. Sometimes they just go wide with creatures and it's worth it to just sweep. So I'm thinking the Jack Fadens and maybe 1 Tezzeret can go. So we're going to try that. Yeah, Stone the Vaults probably could have some number of them cut. This hand's close. It's not really... Like, a turn 1 Chalice would be much better. Like, this hand's pretty slow is the problem. Like, an Ancient Tomb in here would be great. Like, an Ancient Tomb, like a Signet would have been fine. I think we're going to have to mulligan this against Infect. This is much better. We have, like, a turn 2 Nether Void. So we can keep this. Thopter Foundry will give us black mana for our Nether Void. We can play this through a... Luckily, we can play this through in a Daze. So we're still a little dead to Force of Will, but we're fine against Daze. Yep. We get Taxing Probe. Opponent having all this information on our hand is not ideal. Just gonna hope our opponent doesn't have Force. If they have Force, hopefully that's less cards they have to kill us, which would be nice. Another probe, okay. Opponent's likely digging for some land. Sometimes you just have like that 7 card, like couple probe, like, okay, I can keep this because maybe I can dig to lands with these probes. Hoping my opponent doesn't have a land, but okay, they do. Oh, whatever. I don't know if this Nether Void is actually worth it, but... Alright, my opponent did not play anything, so that's interesting. So I do think I have to try to jam this Nether Void. So we're going to go ahead and exile this Thopter Foundry. Oh, no, I have to exile a non-artifact? Oh, fuck. That was just bad then. Well, no, I guess. Fuck. Great. Yeah, I wasn't thinking Thopter Foundry is not an artifact. Is an artifact, so Chrome Mox does not work with that. Chrome Mox from the time before artifacts were ever colored. Wasteland's not bad. That's pretty cool. Let's try and Wasteland this Inkmoth Nexus, see if we can't get rid of that. Crop rotation? Okay, so they just go get another one. That's lovely. Wasteland's probably worth it to just use while my opponent's trying to pump an Inkmoth Nexus, honestly. Viridian Corruptor. You can blow up my Chrome Mox that doesn't have anything imprinted. I could give a fuck less. Good for you. Alright, well, let's try this now. Can maybe keep them off Berserk and stuff. We have enough mana where we can actually like cast spells for our Nether Void, so Hopefully we can keep my opponent off just killing us, but we're in a little bit of trouble right now. Yep. I will take 3. Alright, Storm the Vault, that's kind of cool. So Storm the Vault and Thopter Foundry, we might actually be able to get something going. I'm going to get a Volcanic Island here so we can cast our Thopter Foundry. So I need blue, I need black. Cast that. Yeah. We will pay for that. Worth it noting, my opponent can actually pay for a Force of Will or Daze. So we will resolve this for sure. And 1 mana left, but doesn't do us any good. A lot of Sword of the Meek right now. Yep. You have a fetch. I guess my opponent just has like a Become the Ments, and we're dead now again. The fact that they're actually animating these makes me wonder if they actually have spells to pump. Hoping that's not the case, but they could have Invigorate here for 3 mana. That'd be 5, 6, 7. That's actually enough to kill us. So if that's the case, that just sucks. Yeah, whatever. They got it. Okay. So this deck sucks so far. There's a lot of changes that need to be done to this deck, obviously. This deck does not seem competitive right now. I think 4 Thopter Spy Network are probably incorrect. I should probably just be on Dimir Signet, since most of our cards we're going to exile with Chrome Mox are going to give us red or blue. Mana base, I don't know if the mana base is maybe a little bit light on mana. Like 20 lands, 4 Chrome Mox, and 4 Signets, I think are fairly regular for a Tezzeret deck, but maybe I'm crazy. But yeah, the Signets should probably be the Dimir Signets, because it seems like blue-black is what we're having trouble fixing at the moment. But again, our mana hasn't really come together any of the games we've played, so that could just be like a premature assumption. I don't know if 4 Thopter Spy Network is necessary. It could just be like, there should have just be like 3 of these. Or then maybe like another Ensnaring Bridge or like a random Crucible Worlds that we can find at some point to like have Wasteland lock going. Let's see what else. I think that's about it. For the most part, like our draws have been a little bad. We could want some number of like Thirst for Knowledge. Yeah, 3rd bridge definitely makes sense to me as well. Yeah, Wastelands might not just belong in here at all. Like, it could just be I want 4 Volcanic Island, 4 Underground Sea, so we have that, like, the extra lands. I would love to play first if we won the die roll. Yeah, this hand has no fucking mana again, so... This hand has, like, no fucking mana again, so... Okay, so apparently we just don't run lands in this deck, that's the problem. Look at this. That's almost keepable. But I think we have to keep it. Sure, Sword of the Meek's half the battle. Alright. You would think we were running like 10 land on this deck, but apparently we're not. Yeah, I think with the way things have been going, I would want to increase the land count. Maybe switch Chrome Mox to Mox Diamonds. I'm not sure. My opponent's played Underground Sea preordained. I'm going to assume this is going to be Storm. So I'm just going to go ahead and Wasteland their Underground Sea. Hopefully they don't have any more land. Playing Basic Island, my opponent's probably not playing around Wasteland, so if they are land light, they probably didn't play for that. There's a Lotus Petal. Okay. So it's probably going to be Lotus Petal. Okay, nope. It might just be a Storm turn. They have the mana already. Yeah. Looks like it's a Storm turn. I was hoping it was going to be Lotus Petal cantrip, but apparently they just needed one more draw step to find the card they needed. Yeah. Yeah, I would love some Crucibles. If I had Crucible, I'd probably want to keep the Wastelands. Yeah. Well, get fucked, right? Oh, my opponent could kill themselves, so we'll try this out. We'll see what happens. So my opponent has 8 Storm, 3 mana, so they need an LED to empty their hand. Passing Flames are good hits. Okay, yeah, well, come on, let's get Tendrils off the top. So if my opponent hasn't played a land, so I can play Misty, I can Brainstorm. No, they have to keep digging, it looks like. LED gets there. So we didn't get there. My opponent had exactly what they needed. They're a little sketchy there for them, but They got exactly what they needed in the end, so it worked. So I'm bringing Nether Void and Trinispheres. Double Passing Flame? Yeah, double Passing Flames in the main, too. That's kind of odd. I feel like that's odd. Maybe I'm crazy. Snaring Bridge has come out. I think Thopter Spy Networks aren't great, but I don't really have a lot to bring in. I guess Toxic Illusions can probably come out. And a Thopter Spy Network, I guess, can come out. So the rest of this is like going to be ramp and like lock pieces, so I think we just need to keep the rest of this. Siding Caribou Range. There we go. Caribou Range would be pretty sweet. Oh, Inventor's Fair, yes, that'd be a great ad too. Definitely. I actually forgot about Inventor's Fair. See, sometimes you just gotta be like, okay, this is my train wreck, help me fix it. Man, this has like a turn 1 Trinisphere. I don't think I can mull this just for that reason. I don't want to tear apart my hand, but I don't think I can mulligan this either. I think I'm going to exile... I think I'm going to keep the Thopter... I'm going to keep the Tezzeret. I'll exile the Thopter Spy Network and the Thopter Foundry for this. I think Tezzeret just digs us the best for cards we need. Oh, no, I can't do Thopter Foundry. That's right. Shit. Ugh. Chrome Mox is so bad. Yeah, I think I just need more lands, and I definitely think I just need more lands. So we had to exile Tezzeret, because actually Thopter Foundry does not have... It's an artifact, so it can't be exiled to Chrome Mox, and my opponent scooped to that. Sweet. So we got lucky there. Cool. We're going to try this again. I tried a blue-black list with 0 forces and 5 basics. Went with that. Was that like blue-black, like Tezzerator deck kind of deal? I'm actually wondering if I even... I guess I have to have the black because of Thopter Foundry. I could try like a white variant where I get access to Enlightened Tutor, but I think I like having Chalice too much for that. I think I might even want 2 Sacred Traders just to increase my soul land possibilities. I mean, this hand's fine. I don't think it's great, but it's got turn 1 Chalice, which is great. This hand doesn't do anything otherwise. I feel like with Chalice, I think I still have to mulligan this, but maybe I'll try it. I don't like this, but I'm gonna try it just because with Chalice. I've had a bad mono blue Stompy. Oh, Zade, you are what's his face? You are Justin. Okay, I gotcha. How's it going, Justin? How you been? This is not going well for me. I will say that. Oh, that can swap to the Abyss. You did end up swapping Chains with the Abyss. I think that I love Chains of Mephistopheles. I just don't think it's as good as it used to be. But it happens. So we got our Chalice of the Void down. We're going to hope our opponent doesn't have just removal for it. They did Brainstorm, so I think they're sculpting a bit. Yeah, so far I'm not liking Chrome Mox. I definitely want Chrome Mox v Mox Diamond. I would like a few more lands. I wouldn't mind having access to... my opponent has a Volcanic Island. I feel like I just need to wasteland that to keep them off, like... It keeps them off, like, a Braid, Biforce, and all that, which I think is going to be more relevant. Blue and black aren't usually artifact-shattering mana cards, so I think that's fine. I mean, I could play a Tezzeret here. I don't think keeping up Force really does anything for me. So I'll play a Tezzeret here and get some digging going. I'd love to dig for, like, a Trinisphere. But I think with Chalice, my opponent missed a land drop. I think we're going to be okay playing a Tezzeret here. That needs to be a black mana, because this Allianz blue right now. Hercules? Yeah, Hercules is definitely a thing, but I got to make sure you use Tezzeret, not just skip through my turn. You know, honestly, making Chalice a 5/5 here and attacking my opponent seems better. We can start digging next turn, but we... Oh, I already passed through combat. Shit. That was stupid. Brainstorm? Yeah, that still gets countered. It was honestly second one. Still yeah. Like, Tezzerator and Wister actually went, like, Tezzerator and Wister went 9-1 before it got second loss against Noah Walker, and Noah Walker on Grixis Delver, like, if you lose against him, you're fine with that, because Noah Walker is, like, the best Grixis Delver player that has ever lived. Yeah, we'll take the Chalice of the Void. I don't think this is going to be about our 2-drops anymore, so we're going to go ahead and do a Chalice at 2. That shouts out, like, the Hercules Recalls, it shouts out their Infernal Tutors and whatnot. Chalice for 0 could have been fine to show off like their Lotus Petals and whatnot, but I don't think that's really where I wanted to be. So we're going to go ahead and punch my opponent with Chalice. I don't know if... So it was by Jake Farrar, and I don't think Jake Farrar actually went very far with it. I think he just got to like 9-1, and then from there just kind of crapped out. I'm going to put this Counting Runes in play, and we're going to put a stop on our upkeep so we can hopefully get that Chalice back. Or I have to play a Chalice for 0, because Chalice for 2 shuts down Chalice for 1. Cobble Therapy. Okay, you get nothing. What did they name off that? I wasn't even paying attention. Name's Forcible? Okay, yeah, you missed. Alright. So stop on my upkeep. Choose that. Put that back on top. We will draw that. We'll just cast this for 0. Done. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and tick down Tezzeret. We'll make this other Chalice a beater, and then we'll start beating with this one. We're going to let our artifacts do the work for us here. I will play a land, and I will fetch, because I do not want to keep drawing lands, and I don't have Brainstorm effects to have to worry about, so we're going to go ahead and do that. I don't need to stop on my upkeep anymore. It's unfortunate my opponent's going to have access to stuff like Ponder and Brainstorm and Dark Ritual, because I no longer can have a Chalice for 1, but I think next turn, actually, we can even animate this other Chalice or this Chromox and just punch them for 10. Put them to 3, and it means, like, their fetch lands are that much worse because their fetch lands put them even lower. They can't Ad Nauseam, which is great. They can't Probe if I put them to 3 and they have a fetch land, so I think I'm probably just going to be punching with both Chalices here. Oh, this Chromox got really awkward here. Alright, let's go with both Chalices in. This is a good feeling. Okay. Then I will play a land. And I will say go. Enjoy your 3 life. See if you can kill me. I guess a Hurkyl's Recall gets countered, so we're not worried about that. A Braid doesn't get there. Like, they have to just kill us, and they don't have access to Infernal Tutor currently. Xantid Swarm? Okay, you're still dead. I'm not confused. So if I played Xantid Swarm basically as a blocker, I'm assuming, but they're still just dead. I'm not sure what the point of that was. I guess I could have animated another and just lost my Tezzeret, but that doesn't really matter. Chain of Vapor. Okay, yeah. Okay, I could have animated another. So if I sack a land, yeah, they can just, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Alright, we won. They decided to scoop. Chain of Vapor, LED possible. LED, yeah, Chain of Vapor would have to bounce my Chalice for 0. Yeah. I mean, we had enough life where I don't think that was going to... Hopefully it wasn't going to be a thing, but who knows. Wow, this league's going pretty quick. 576 active players is more than I usually see, so hopefully that's going to help us get through this league fairly quickly. So I want more lands. I probably want Mox Diamonds over Chromox, because Chromox is really awkward with mostly artifacts. This hand's close. A little scared because it doesn't have really any early plays, but I'm going to keep it and try it. Really got to hope my opponent is not just on, like, mono wastelands. So my opponent smelled to 6 and then passed turn without playing a land. I don't really know what to think about that. We're just going to lead on Ancient Tomb and pass and see what happens. Did we win the die roll? Is that what happened? Am I just crazy? Yeah, we won the die roll. That's what happened. Okay. So I'm just crazy, really, is what it comes down to. Alright, so this is probably Death and Taxes, so this Toxic Deluge is going to be great. I really need them not to have Wasteland here. I definitely want some Sorcerous Spyglass for the fact that Wasteland's clearly going to be a problem for us. Next turn we can play Thopter Spy Network if they don't Wasteland us, which can slowly give us incremental card advantage. draw us their deck, find us more mana, find us lock pieces, find us combo cards. Risham Port. Okay, that's going to be annoying as well. Okay. I'm not going to have any responses, so I'm just going to pass. Assuming my upkeep will get ported, our Ancient Tomb will probably be tapped down. I don't like that, so I'll probably play Wasteland and waste their port. So let's give them the business. Artifact first to produce. Oh yeah, I do need artifact. Well, I have a Staring Bridge. There's that. Yeah, I forgot about that. I guess like Spy Network, they'll storm the vaults and then Toxic Illusion away their board. Yeah, in a perfect world, of course, that'll be the thing. My opponent still hasn't done anything, so I don't think we're looking at Athalia here because I probably would have played Athalia already. My opponent's waiting until my upkeep to play Athalia. That's just kind of silly. There's really no reason for that. Horizon Canopy, we're not going to tag with the Wasteland, so I'm going to go ahead and play this Volcanic Island. I want to hold this Toxic Deluge, but I am fine with playing in Staring Bridge here. Kind of showing what we're looking for here. Staring Bridge will also keep our Thopter Spy Network online. I would play Wasteland and try to waste the Horizon Canopy just to like mess with them, but they can just draw a card with by using Plains and Horizon Canopy's second ability, so we don't gain anything by doing that, we just draw them a card. The Plains is good, no Wastelands yet, is awesome. So Unfortunate Mystic, not particularly a problem. Depending on what they get, I guess, depending on what they get, we might want to Toxic Deluge here. Although I would prefer to play Thopter Spy Network or Storm the Vault here. Sword of Fire Ice would be, okay. So we can probably take at least a hit here. So I think we're gonna probably play, we'll play Delta, we'll get like Underground Sea. We might just, yeah, we'll get Underground Sea and we'll play a Storm the Vault. Next turn we'll try and do Toxic Deluge. We'll get a bunch of treasures. We'll have fun. Things will be great. Our hand's still a little heavy for the fact that if they have another land, they can put in the Sword of Fire and Ice, and we're going to get punched for a decent amount from this Thalia. How's it going, Beta Counterspell? The deck list definitely needs some work. The Chrome Box has been awkward with all the artifacts. They don't work with Thopter Foundry, obviously, which I wasn't even thinking of until I tried doing it. I could use some number of Sorcerous Spyglass. Game 1 against lands, they went Mana Bond, make a Merit Lage on the play. I couldn't interact with that. And then post-board, we got like Wasteland Ghost Quartered, was just really a problem for us. So, definitely want some number of Sorcerous Spyglass. Definitely think Chrome Mox, adding a couple more lands, probably where I want to be in the main board. I think my opponent's stuck on Stupid. I'm not sure if my opponent's trying to figure out when they need to Flicker Wisp. They're going to Flicker Wisp like my Staring Bridge or whatever. So I'm assuming this will be a Flicker Wisp. They're probably going to hit my Staring Bridge as a Recruiter. Okay. Recruiter can be a problem. Just going to Flicker Wisp to... I know about Sword of Fire and Ice. Flicker Wisp, yep. That's what I thought. Walking Bliss is probably not bad. Walking Bliss is a great consideration. Like, Thopter Spy Network's probably just garbage, and Walking Bliss should be in here. So my opponent still needs another land to use Stoneforge to put in Sword of Fire and Ice and equip it, so we're not getting a big hit here. Which is also nice, because my opponent can't equip a Sword of Fire and Ice. That means we can actually wipe the board for, like, 2 life, which is ideal. Yeah, Walking Bliss is definitely a good consideration. Thanks for the heads up, Beta Counterspell. This deck is very much in the alpha phase. Like, I basically threw this deck together. Haven't done much with it since I originally threw it together. Alright, so I want to Flicker Wisp. I think I want to... So they're going to probably put in a Flicker Wisp to save something. So I'm probably going to want to do this... Probably going to want to do this for 2. I'll get 3 treasures by killing Stoneforge, Recruiter, and Flicker Wisp if they want to save Thalia.
Oh, yeah.
If they don't save Thalia, I'm going to have... So that's going to be 3 treasures. So I can make 5 mana, so I can actually play a Thopter Spy Network if I want. There's a Sword of Fire and Ice. Okay. I think I'm just going to play a Chalice for 1 here. What the hell is this? Oh, this is whenever one or more creatures I control deals combat damage to the player. What was I thinking about my opponent's creatures dying? Am I just nuts? I might be nuts. Pretty good with Storm. Yeah, Welcome Ballista with, like, when this flips, you get Clarion Academy. Seems pretty good. And step, if you control 5 more artifacts, transform this. So I control 3 currently. My end step, this is going away. So they're going to get a hit in here with Flicker Wisp. It's going to be for 5. And we're in trouble. This Ancient Tomb's pretty much dead now. They're going to equip? Yeah, they'll equip. Okay. So it's still game 1. Game 2. Postboard will have a couple of Abyss in the game. We'll have 2 of the Abyss in here. Oh, 5 plus 2. Yeah, okay, I'm dumb. So I forgot about the 2 damage off Sword of Fire and Ice. Silly me. So I have 2 of the Abyss. Oh, Revel Enrich is the one that whenever a creature opponent controls dies, does that. Okay. Gearport Aether Grid seems like it's going to be a real winner here. I think that's all we're going to want from the board. What am I not huge on? I was like Force is probably just really bad against Death and Taxes, generally. I don't know if I'm going to want, like, all the Storm the Vaults. Well, Thopter Spy Network doesn't feel great here. Dark Faden seems awesome. Tezzeret seems fine. Yeah, I'm probably going to want the Thopter Spy Networks more than the Storm the Vault, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep that. We will play first, yes. Can I chalice for 1? Nope. Well, I can chalice for 1 turn 1, but I have to get rid of the Abyss to do it. I don't like that. We're going to keep this, but we're not doing that. Mox Opal could definitely be worth it. 1 vault, 1 seat, 1. Yeah, I could get behind that. 1 vault, 1 seat, Mox Opals. Mox Opals are still pretty easy for us to turn on, so it doesn't seem bad. I'm just going to start on Basic Island and say, really want to chalice for 1 to keep them off like Vials and stuff, but I don't really want to get rid of the Abyss. The Abyss is much better. Life is full of tough options. My opponent did mull. Yeah, I don't think that jamming chalice for 1 at the expense of getting rid of the Abyss is worth it. My opponent's Landlight and they just like jam a Vial here, like that could be the one thing that we can't beat as a result. Alright, my opponent didn't go for it anyway, so looks like we made the right decision. Again, these Thopter Foundries being unable to pitch to Chrome Mox has been really awkward, and I'm not a fan of it. That's something that's definitely going to have to be addressed in future deck lists. I have pretty much all the combo in hand, so I think I'm gonna jam a Thopter Foundry here. We'll do it off an Underground Sea. Yeah, Chalice is generally not going to be great against Death and Taxes. Like, Chalice for 1 keeps them off Vials, which is ideal. It's going to take them at least 3 turns to get a Flicker Wisp in play to get their Vials online if they want them. And Vials, one of the things that gives them a lot of power in this matchup, because it gives them the ability to, like, end a turn, Flicker Wisp, exile your Vial, and then, or exile your Ensnaring Bridge, and on their turn they get, like, that extra point of damage in. So now we get to get our combo online. Okay. That. I kind of want to Chrome Mox, exile the Abyss to get this online, but don't want to lose the Abyss again still. The Abyss is the one main card in this deck that's going to climb us into the game. It's possible I should have just fetched my other Underground Sea, because if I top deck an Ancient Tomb here, I'd be able to cast the Abyss in that sense, but should I port? That's fine. You can spend all your mana every turn porting me. I'll be happy with that. So don't play Refrexing Evoker, because that would make me sad. Okay. My opponent's probably very confused here. Cool Runner, thanks for following me on Twitch. I appreciate it. I probably had a little notification come up, but I didn't notice it because I'm not particularly looking over there. Alright, you're going to port me, I'm going to float mana and get a Thopter. We're going to sacrifice the sword. We're going to yield to this trigger. Yes, I wish to return it. Thank you for asking. Ancient Tomb's pretty good. I'm fine with that. That's fine. Make a lot of Thopters there. Really want to cast this Abyss. I really wish Thopter Foundry could be exiled to Chromox. Why was Chromox printed when colored artifacts didn't exist? Council's Judgment. Ah, that's so annoying. Alright, well, let's do this. Pay mana. Sack that. Yes. So I'm going to do this twice, but I'm not going to do it the third time because I want my Sword of the Meek to stay in my graveyard at the moment. We have a backup Thopter Foundry. We don't have a backup Sword of the Meek currently. So we are going to want to keep that in our graveyard this time around. We'll have plenty of fodder to sack to this other one. No, I do not wish to do that. You can have my Thopter Foundry, though. Oh, yeah, you voted for Thopter Foundry. What do you know? I guess the last sacrifice could have been the Thopter Foundry, but that doesn't really make sense. There we go. Alright, so we get the Abyss down anyway. We can also just get another Thopter Foundry down. Thopter Foundry is cheaper, so I kind of want to just jam the Abyss here. The Abyss literally doesn't do anything to what we have in play, so we'll be able to just basically close out the game. Revoker will still be an issue for us, but not enough an issue at this point where our 4 flyers can't just beat Eraser Revoker. My opponent randomly has, like, Holy Light, I think the card is. It's like 2 and a white, all non-creatures get -1/-1. That would be a problem. Oh, I'm glad you made it to the stream, too. Who are you on Twitter, so I know who to properly thank? Alright. The land's always great. I mean, I'm just going to... I tend to click through my turns pretty fast. I'm going to play this Thopter Foundry now. And I'll get to attack. I'll probably play this Chromox without imprinting anything. I'll sack that to get my first... Okay. They want to tap my land now. Cool. Surprised I didn't tap my land on my upkeep, but sure. Swords that token. Okay. Sure. I'm going to play this Chromox. Oh my god. Wow. My opponent's heavy on the Swords Plowshares post board. That's weird. I'll play this Chromox, and I'm going to sack this, get the Sword of the Meek back. Okay. We will not. We'll use this mana. Oop, hello. We use this mana to sack this. We will return that to play. And we'll go ahead and we'll get some punches in. Post-combat, I don't think I really want to play Chalice for Void on 1. It doesn't really do us any good. And more Thopters means we can kill them faster, so we're going to just go ahead and do that. Chalice at 1 can shut down, like, if they play like, Mother of Runes, Creature, or whatever. When they untap, they can actually Mother of Runes, give pro-black to whatever they target with the Abyss when they choose their targets. It's like, that's worth noting, but it's not really relevant enough to make it matter. Phyrexian Invoker has entered the battlefield, so we will do this. Sacrifice that. Oh. Should be slower about making mana, because that kind of makes it a pain in the ass when you have to select the mana. Yes. Yep. Let's do that again. Use 1 mana, sack this. Yes. Sacrifice. Pick this. So 6 Thopters, one of them is a little bit bigger than the rest of them. I think we just close out the game here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I got 7 damage on board right now. Their next time they'll lose is Recruit of the Guard, which will be great. Yeah, I have nothing to target, so that's going to do nothing. These Chalices are pretty irrelevant at this point. Like, I can play a Chalice for 2, I can play a Chalice for 1 just to, like, keep my opponent off some things, but well, think we really want to keep our opponent off anything at this point. Like, I guess Chalice for 3 shuts down most of the things that they can do to get back. Like, keeps Council's Judgment off the board. It keeps, like, Recruiter Guards, Mirror Crusaders, and stuff like that, unless they get a Cavern in play. I think I've actually kind of talked myself into trying out this Chalice for 3. Like, the only thing it shuts off in our deck is, like, Tox Deluge, which isn't going to be relevant with the Abyss, and they can't really jam that many creatures. It shuts off, like, Ensnaring Bridge, which, again, like, the position we're in, like, doesn't really matter, so... Okay. Your Recruiter Guard dies. At this point, like, I don't really need to make any more Thopters, so that's not a big deal. Alright, so we're going post board now for our 3rd game. I like where we're at, personally. I'm almost interested in some Paydims. The fact of Paydim being legendary is the one problem there. Paydim being legendary means we're not really going to be able to get anything active with it if they have a Karakas. Oh, that's you. Okay. Yep. Yeah, that was pretty brutal. But the yeah, I was on Lifeflow Seismic Assault. That was pretty fun. Yeah, I remember you now. Yeah, these Chrome Boxes are fucking horrible. These Chrome Boxes have been the most miserable part of this deck so far. These Chalices are kind of bad. I'm wondering if I should have probably boarded out some number of Chalices. This hand's really close, but again, like, I don't want to have to exile Dak or Storm the Vaults. Dak might not be so bad, because if they play a Phyrexian Invoker, I just steal it. I do need on a land for that to be relevant. We'll try this out, though. We got a land on top, so that's pretty good. Yeah, Paydim's absolutely a trap in this matchup, so I'm definitely in agreement that it's not worth it to bring in. My opponent didn't play... We know they still have Swords in the deck, and they didn't play Vial, so I'm kind of interested in Chalice for 1 here. Like, at the moment, Storm the Vaults isn't doing anything for us, so we're going to try Chalice for 1. We'll shut down their Swords of Plowshares if they still have them. We'll shut down their Vials. We'll shut down their Mother Runes at the moment, which is all relevant. They don't port us. They didn't. Okay, we won't have the mana for Dak Faden regardless. We can play a Thopter Foundry here, which is fine. Another Chrome Mox, a little awkward at this point, but we're playing an awkward deck in all fairness. Yeah, there's the black mana for you. Yep, go ahead. We'll pass turn on that. Wasteland's pretty good. They're playing a Jit. So if I draw another mana source, that's a land, and I don't have to pay mana for. If I draw the mana source, I'm actually all for using Dak Faden to steal that Muzawa's Jitte. That'd be great. It's not a land, though, because fuck my life if it's a land. I will play a Chrome Mox, and I will imprint this Thopter Spy Network. I am definitely interested in having this Dak Faden hit the board. We're definitely we're in a little bit of trouble. If I can steal this Jit, they don't use the counters, I can just, like, kill the Thalia, which would be great. My opponent's probably gonna, yeah, they're probably gonna hold up Wasteland and equip the Jit otherwise. We're definitely gonna get Wastelanded here. I definitely want another mana source so we can get this Dak Faden in play. It's gonna be very necessary. I could keep them off getting counters by, like, making a creature, and then I guess I can't block and sack it because you have to sacrifice a non-token creature. So that's unfortunate, but not necessary, not really relevant at this point because we need all the mana we have, and we can't really afford to. We're going to get Wastelanded, so we can't really afford to start sacking our mana sources. Yeah, Underground Sea's going away. Come on, mana source. Please don't hate me this much, deck. I mean, that's probably pretty good as well. With the Store of the Meek, we will be able to make our opponent use the counters on Thalia to keep our Thopters in play. I definitely would love to get this Dak Faden in play to steal the Jit, though. Okay, my opponent didn't find another Wasteland, which is great. They have a port, which means they'll be able to port down a land. We'll just float mana response, get a Thopter in play. They'll probably use some Jit counters to kill it, but... Can I get a land? Come on, I want Dak Faden. Oh yeah, they're going to port me anyway, so what do I need here? Oh, hey, look at that. So I need an Ancient 2. Oh, hello. Yes. Give me your GT. Give me your GT. It's just forever, right? It's like, okay, just making sure. I wasn't sure if DAC was something where it's like when you lose control of DAC, you lose control of the equipment. So we're gonna take the JIT. If my opponent doesn't use the counters, I'm definitely gonna be killing this Thalia. I'm assuming my opponent will probably just gain a bunch of life with the JIT in response, but who knows? Yeah, there we go. But now we can make our Thopters. We can equip our Thopters with Umezawa's JIT, and we can just make my opponent's life miserable. My opponent will likely just punch DAC on their next turn. I don't know if they want to let us keep DAC in play, but yeah. Okay. Okay. I do have to re-equip the JIT, though. That's worth noting. But at the moment, if they attack, they will still... If they attack, I still get the counters, so actually that's quite interesting. This might actually fog their next attack, because they might not want to attack while I have this JIT in play. My opponent has a Plains and a Flickerless, they can just take it back, which will be unfortunate. Give me that, give me that, give me that JIT. Come on, attack me. I dare ya. I dare ya. Attack. Yeah, attack DAC, that's fine. Oh yeah, that's fine. Ooh, I'm gonna get some counters on my JIT. Gonna kill your Thalia. I'm also gonna make a bunch of tokens here. Maybe I'll try and surprise them with that. Alright, they're going to try and port me. I'm going to definitely be floating some mana, making some things. Making some things and some stuffs. We will yield to this always. Yes, we wish to return it. Thanks for asking, MTGO. I appreciate it. I wonder if my opponent's trying to use their JIT to kill like our things right now. That'd be kind of funny. Ooh, another land. Piece of candy. We will go get another black source. There's our last black source, right? Yeah. We got to be a little careful for this, but let's you know what? Let's equip this to this Thopter. Let's get some. Oh, I can't attack yet. That sucks. That's sad face. Well, let's keep that Thalia in play for a bit. I want to keep my opponent off like potential Council's Judgment next turn. I can gain some life with this Umezawa JIT. I also have the ability to just gain life off the Thopter Sword combo, so I don't think there's any reason to kill this Thalia yet. Revoker. Alright, well, I will kill a Thalia in response to that. And then I will make 2 more Thopters. It might be worth it to... It's almost, I think, worth it to sack the Umezawa's JIT, just to make sure that my opponent can't Flickerless and end up with it back. I think where we are right now is actually probably pretty fine. My opponent has to name the JIT anyways with a Revoker, because if they don't, Revoker just dies. If they name JIT, I can just Thopter Foundry stack the JIT if they're trying to get it back with like a Flickerless or whatnot. So we're actually pretty okay. Like my opponent has to answer both these cards or they just lose, and at the moment they can't answer both these cards, so we're probably just going to win this. Yeah, my opponent named the JIT. I can top deck another DAC Fade, and that's pretty sweet. Another fetch land, okay. So I'd love to be able to steal their Phyrexian Revoker, and then DAC steal it and sack it, so that way we can get this JIT back online. I'll go ahead and just fetch. I'll just get a Valk here. Doesn't particularly matter. Pass my opponent's turn. We can make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on their turn. So yeah, we're doing pretty good right now. Rest in peace. Yeah, we're going to respond to that. Pay mana. We will do this. Yes. We'll pay mana. We will do this. Yes. Pay mana. We will do this. Yes. Pay mana. We will do this. Yes. Return it. This is fun. Okay. Yes. Hope my opponent is enjoying, like, if they have, like, Mother of Runes and stuff like that in hand. Okay, yeah. No one has graveyards, I agree. It's a nice Phyrexian Invoker you got there. That's not a deck Faden. That's Kuro Mox. But that's actually okay, because we can... I might hold this in hand, because we might want to... If we draw another, like, black card and we end up with, like, a Tezzeret or something, we might want to actually use this if they wasteland our Underground Sea. I'm going to go ahead and get a nice big swing in. That's 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's going to put them to 11. They're dead next turn if they can't wipe our board. I don't picture what my opponent can do at this point to wipe the board. I guess they could have Cataclysm, which I still don't think is particularly relevant, but they might have boarded in. Like, Cataclysm isn't terrible in this match, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did board it in. I don't particularly have any answers to this Rest in Peace, so this Rest in Peace is going to be on board for pretty much the end of time. Alright, we won that. So we beat Death and Taxes. We're now 2-2. So against lands, they had like a nut turn 1, game 1, and then game 3, they got us with like Wasteland, Ghost Quarterlock. We weren't drawing particularly any lands, so we got a little screwed there. This was against... What the hell did we 0-2 against? Oh, Infect. Infect had a couple of pretty... their first hand was actually pretty slow. It's like turn 2 Blighted Agent, turn 3 like, you know, attack for like 1 or whatever, and then turn 4 like attack for the last life that we had, or the last Infect that we had available. We didn't really draw anything that can interact all that well. And then game 2, they just had like, we had a pretty quick Nether Void, but they had Blink Moth, Ink Moth, Ink Moth, or Blighted Agent, Ink Moth, Ink Moth, and then they were able to get in some damage and then just get an Invigorate with some more damage, attacking without the whole team. So that was rough, but we got there. We lost that one, but we got there the last 2, so we're pretty good right now. It's fun. This is fun so far. Like I said, I think that so here's the deck list. So I definitely want some Sorcerer's Spyglass because Life Loam is definitely going to be a loam wasteland strategy. It's going to be tough for us. We are on very few basics. It's possible a basic swamp should be added. It's possible there should be like a 3 Underground Sea, 3 Volcanic Islands, as suggested by someone earlier. These 2 wastelands could be like a nut. These 2 wastelands could end up just, if I add 2 Sage Traders, these 2 wastelands could end up becoming like a 6 fetch plus a basic swamp. And then we could have 2 Sage Traders added, so we end up being at 22 lands. These 4 Chrome Mox could easily be 4 Mox Diamonds. If we're going to be 4 Mox Diamonds, this might have to be 24 land, though. These 4 Izzet Signet should probably just be 4 Dimir Signet, because I guess if we don't have Chrome Mox, we're not as concerned with that, because Mox Diamond can tap for black. But I was thinking Dimir Signet, just because like Chrome Mox can exile like the blue-red cards, but if we don't find black, we're pretty screwed on black mana. So that's a suggestion. These should definitely be Dimir Signets. It could be possible like these Thopter Spy Networks are just kind of garbage. Like, these are here to give us the ability to get more artifacts in play. So these combined with this, you can pretty quickly get this to flip. So that's kind of my thought process behind that. It's possible like these Forcibles maybe shouldn't be in here. Should just be like, you know, maybe some number of main board Trinispheres. The Revel and Riches are something I really want to find a matchup to bring in for. So far I haven't. Like, I can see it against Miracles maybe, but probably not. Just like the way to get this active just doesn't really make sense. Like, your Storm the Vaults can make treasures, but Revel and Riches just, I don't know. It needs 10 treasures, so that's a little sketchy. It's like Revel and Riches should probably just go away. And they're probably also better against decks like Death and Taxes, where I just don't think that they should be worth it. Forcible should just be lands. Yeah, I can see that. Like, I haven't really been a huge fan of Force. Like, we have plenty of blue cards in the deck, so that's not particularly an issue, but like the Forces just we've been paired, so we're gonna go ahead in this game. The Forces, yeah, we haven't really had any options where we want to use them. Like here I'm actually, if I drew like, it's what we're on the draw. So here, if I drew a Chalice, I'd probably just exile the Force and then just play a Chalice for 1. This hand isn't really particularly excited otherwise. I'm gonna try this hand because we have the mana. We're against fucking Burn. Yeah, it figures. This could be Moonstompy, I guess. It might not actually be Burn, but I'm just gonna play Scalding Tarn here and pass. We'll see what my opponent does. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be Moonstompy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fetch. We'll get a basic island out. Like, we have this other basic island. We're gonna be a little slower on mana, which is fine. I'll go ahead and play the Sword of the Meek. It's a little unfortunate that they're going to have Fiery Confluence, because Fiery Confluence can actually do a lot to make sure that we can't get our artifacts going. So they can, like, shatter our Thopter Foundry. They can, like, shatter Thopter Foundry and then wipe the board. Oh, no, I probably should have forced that. Force pitch deck probably would have been great there. I was a little slow on that. I hit okay rather than just, actually countering it. So here I think I'm going to probably want to go with just Thopter Spy Network now. Storm the Vault seems pretty good, but Storm the Vault doesn't really do anything otherwise, so... Dack Fayden I don't think really does anything for us. We're going to exile Dack Fayden. So we have access to blue and red. That's great. Thopter Spy Network's going to come down. Our turn will get an artifact. We're going to take a decent amount of damage here, so hopefully my opponent just doesn't go into the Rattle Master. Yeah, that's fair. If this is a Chandra, we're definitely going to Snap Force of Will this. If it's Fire Confluence, we'll also Snap Force of Will that. But yeah, Chandra does not get to hit the board. Alright. So it's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to take 8 here, go to 7. We'll be able to make a Thopter and equip it with a sword, which is nice. Which means this Rattle Master next turn just, like, dies. Alright. Chalice is really bad here. I don't think there's any reason to actually play it. Like, I can play it for 0 to stop my opponent from having, like, their own, like, Chrome Moxes and stuff if it becomes relevant. I don't think it's going to be relevant, but we're just going to equip this here. So we're gonna trade with this Rattle Master, most likely. We'll take 1, 2, 3 with the token, 4, 5, we'll go to 2. If my opponent has a Fire Confluence, we're just dead regardless. So it doesn't really matter what happens. Chandra also is good enough to do it, so. Alright. So here we likely want... The Abyss isn't great, but it's not terrible. Gear per Aether Grid can give us the ability to kind of interact with their Planeswalkers a little better, which is going to be a problem we're having. Transfers are bad, Chalices are freaking terrible. And I think we need to keep Force as much as we don't want Force. I think we need to keep it. Paydim can actually protect us from Fire Confluence a little bit by making it so they can't, like... I don't know what we actually need Paydim. I guess Paydim can protect, like, our Thopter Foundry from getting shattered. And they can't actually do enough damage to wipe Paydim off the board. I guess a Chandra can do it, though, so I don't know if that's really worth it. Nether Void might be okay here. I don't think it's going to be, though. I think this is pretty much where we're going to want to be. Dack Fayden can steal, like, their Chrome Mox and stuff. Paydim does block Rabble and tokens. That is fair. I think with the way we're setting up, though, that hopefully won't be relevant. We'll try Paydim. I can get on board with that. Snaring Bridge is probably... My opponent's probably on a Snaring Bridge plan as well, so I don't know if Snaring Bridge actually really does much. I guess if we get Snaring Bridge down with, like, 0 cards in hand, though, like, it's perfectly fine. Tezzeret's going to be really tough to cast, so I'm going to cut a couple Tezzerets. Chrome Mox I think is fine. We're on the play, so actually Chalice on the play might actually be fine to keep in, because it stops them from having, like, Chrome Mox, but I'm actually just not excited for it, so... I'm going to also cut a Storm the Vault. Speed of Legendary Enchantment, I don't know if it's really good to keep in. We'll definitely play first. This hand's not great, but we have, like, mana fixing and stuff, which is great. If these were Dimir Signets, this would be much more exciting, though. Because as of right now, with them with a Moon on board, we can't make black mana that easy. Thinking of Blood Moon on board, we can't make black mana that easy, which means these as Dimir Signets would actually just be, like, really good in this hand. I'd love if my opponent just went, like, land, Chrome Mox, Chalice for 1, and then we drew, like, a Dack Fayden. I would love to steal their Chrome Mox. That'd be awesome. So we're playing for our ticks back. We're going to hope to win this. We are down a game. This is game 2. Yeah, keeping Chromox is definitely just bad. Like here, this Chromox here is like absolutely fucking horrendous. I'm not gonna really get another chance to get an Underground Sea and play a Thopter Foundry, so we're gonna go ahead and do it here. Use that, make a couple. So I can actually play Thopter Foundry and Sorlumeek here. Pass turn. A Paydim off the top right now would be very good. Paydim would definitely be ideal. I guess Paydim off the top, if they go Blood Moon effect here, would not be very good. And Chandra can still answer the Paydim. It's worth noting. Chandra -2 answers Paydim, so that is something worth noting for sure. Paydim, I'd probably just want to suit up Paydim with Sorlumeek until we can get this really online. Just to make sure Paydim doesn't just die to the Chandra's minus. Realm Master's not a huge deal since what we got going on right now. Opponent play the Sage Trader's Mountain. Gearport or Aether Grid's pretty good. I think we're definitely going to want that in play. We'll go ahead and play this other Isaac thing now. We do want to develop our mana for sure. I am definitely going to take this turn to... I think if I play this, I can shoot for 1, but this Realm Master still lives. I think I'm going to have to at least use this a couple times so we can make sure we can start blocking. As it is right now, we'll be able to use this enough to block both Realm Master and a token. Probably just take the... We can actually even probably just take the damage from the tokens. I don't think they particularly matter. Like taking 2 damage and just trading over Realm Master and having a token left over is probably good. I can also use the Thopter that ends up being equipped to block a token and stick around, and use the other 2 Thopters to block Realm Master. Since we're going to pretty much trade regardless. I can also just do a full flat-out trade as well. Alright, my opponent's Fiery Confluence here. That's going to be very unfortunate. I'm assuming they'll try to be like 1 to each creature, shatter this, maybe 2 to me. Maybe they shatter the Thopter Foundry. Probably not, though. They probably shatter the sword, 1 to each creature, and then 2 to me. And then they can attack me for 3-4. I don't know if that's like really the best line. So they're going to shatter 2 artifacts. Okay, so yeah, they're shattering this, shattering that, 1 to each creature. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the 2 to me didn't really particularly matter, so. Okay. So we're going to take 3-4. That's fine. Alright. Scalding Tarn's not bad. Just gonna... I'm going to get an island here. Just, I guess with the double artifacts, we're actually okay for that. Yeah, I guess we just get an island, because these can fix our red mana as well. I'll go ahead and do this, get this Aether Grid down. I'm going to go ahead and get this Ensnaring Bridge down as well. This Chrome Box really doesn't matter, but I'm just going to cast it. We're not going to imprint anything. So my opponent's in a place where they can't just attack us, which is great. Hopefully my opponent just doesn't go like City of Traders or Ancient Tomb and then Fire Confluence again, because that would be terrible. Yeah, the Chrome Box does tap for grid still, so there's that. I mean, we're definitely at the end of turn, we're definitely at least going to ping off one of these little goblins, because we don't want to just end up letting my opponent slowly get out of hand and then like randomly play a Fire Confluence and shatter our bridge just to kill us, so. Oh, it's playing a Chrome Box. Okay. Hopefully that doesn't mean Chandra. Chandra would definitely have a problem. I can ping Chandra out of the sky, though. It would take a lot, but I can definitely ping Chandra down. Ugh. Definitely need some number of Sorcerer's Spyglass. Yes, that's 1 Fire Confluence we don't have to worry about. That's good. So yeah, I think we have to kill the Chandra here. Yes, redirect. Wasteland's fine. Yes. We should be able to kill Chandra next turn, right? Yes. No, not quite. Ugh, Jesus. My opponent has exiled a Fire Confluence and used a Fire Confluence, so I'm not too worried about them finding another one. I found a mountain, which means we're taking 2. We're down to 4. I need to get some more artifacts in play so we can handle this, but Chalice for 2 is pretty good because it keeps our Thopter Foundries off the board. Redeem's not bad. I don't think I'm actually. I think I have to play Padim, but I can't actually afford to. So I take 2 here. Chandra just kills me because I don't have enough artifacts to kill Chandra. Padim allows these goblins to attack, so I think I might actually just be like screwed now. And Chrome Mox in hand would allow us to still get Padim down. Like, I might have to take a turn off from. So I might actually just have to take a turn off from punching Chandra, unfortunately. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. One is Chandra. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I have to do. I'll get to draw an extra card next turn, which hopefully is relevant. Okay. Sending Spirit Guide. They're clearly going to just dome us for 2. Don't tell me there's just a Peering Kirin Nalaar. Oh, that's not good for us either. Okay. I just killed Chandra and Peering Kirin Nalaar, so not 100% sure what the hell I do here. Yeah. I mean, that wasn't really a punt. Like, if I keep Padim in hand, they just attack me with goblins, I die. Oh, shit. Yeah, now I'm dead. Now I'm dead because I didn't end a turn and do anything. That didn't help. Oh yeah, Chalice, look at that. Yeah, I'm super fucked. Oh well. Yeah, I'm just fucking dead. I'm just gonna scoop. Yeah, that wasn't a punt though. Like, that wasn't a punt at the time. Like, if I didn't play Padim, I just got attacked to death. It didn't matter. If I play Padim, like, I can't particularly just kill Chandra there, but I actually have the chance to get more damage in. So, not playing Padim kills me right up that next turn. Playing Padim gives me 2 turns to figure something out. So it wasn't a punt. And then I forgot to shoot at the end of the turn, so I didn't have a chance there at all at this point. So, thank you for that, Chris. Appreciate that. So, we learned a lot. Chrome Moxes suck in this deck. Thopter Foundries, Snaring Bridges, Izzet Signets, Sword of the Meek, Chalices. There's a lot of artifacts in this deck, so Chrome Mox not great. Yeah, they couldn't just kill Chandra anyway. The turn they played Chandra went up to 5. I just tapped 2 artifacts to deal 1 damage. I only had 3 artifacts to tap, or 4 artifacts, whatever. I think I had 4 or 3. I think it was 3, but if it was 4 artifacts, it's still not enough to kill a Chandra in 3 turns. If I don't play Padim out there, I'm just dead to them attacking with a bunch of creatures, so I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and look, I guess, but I don't feel like I missed anything there. Maybe I did. So for these 4 Chrome Mox, they need to be Mox Diamonds. These Force of Wills probably become lands. That's a suggestion that MD Hackford came up with. I actually like that because Force of Will doesn't really seem like it's necessary in this deck. So 4 Chrome Mox turn into Mox Diamonds, 3 Force of Wills, and probably turn into lands, probably 2 State of Traders and a Swamp. These 2 Wastelands probably become an additional Underground Sea and additional fetch land. The Izzet Signets probably become Dimir Signets. It might not matter, because if we go to, like, Mox Diamond over Chrome Mox, the black mana fixing won't be as hard, because that was also another issue. Like, Chrome Mox can't imprint a Thopter Foundry to make black. If Chrome Mox imprints like a Thopter Spy Network. I can't make black or red, so that's awkward. So these probably just have to be Mox Diamonds. I probably have to make room to make it up to 24 lands to make Mox Diamonds not awkward as fuck. Yeah, I don't know if splitting the signets really does much. It might not even matter what signets I use, because if these are Mox Diamonds, it might not matter. But I think Dimir signets just have to be here. Because I am more blue-red, right? I guess with Thopter Foundry, I might actually be more blue-black. So actually, it's probably more likely I should just be on Dimir signets anyway. Because I think I'm actually having enough in black, where black is important enough for that. These 4 Tezzeret Agent Balls, I don't know if I really... I guess they did give me the game against Storm, where I just animated 2 Chalices and just started punching my opponent to death. 4 Tezzerets were good, but I don't know if I really need 4 Tezzerets. Well, let's see. I'll make some changes real quick, and we'll see what we can do. Let's get out of League first and foremost. Okay, so here's my Academy deck. Actually, I don't have more blue fetches, or I guess I can throw a Bloodstained Mire in there. Let's see. I only own 1 Dimir Signet. That's kind of lame. I'll add a Dimir Signet. I own Mox Diamonds, so I can just add those. Where are my Mox Diamonds? Okay, add 4 to deck. I need to add a swamp. Where are my swamps? What else I need? So I got the additional fetch. I guess I want another Underground Sea. That's not going to happen because I don't have another Underground Sea. We do have Badlands we can randomly add. Gives access to red or black, which is kind of where the Underground Sea comes in anyway. So I've added a fetch land. I have that. I still have 2 Wastelands, which I don't know if I particularly want those. I was going to add 2 Sage Rares, which I don't own and I'm not buying, so I guess that's not going to happen. So I guess we're going to have to try it like this. Let's see. So we have the split of the signets. We have the Mox Diamonds now. I don't own a Crucible World, so Crucible World's not coming in. Like a Tezzeret can maybe become a Crucible. I don't know. Alright, we'll try this. So we'll go into the open play and see if we can get a match in. Yeah, Thopter Spy Network could be shaved down. It could be like shaved down Thopter Spy Network, maybe add a Chromox so that we do have at least 1. So when I roll, we'll be able to play here. Yeah, I mean, hand seems pretty medium. I think we're going to mulligan because we want more action early. Yeah, this is fine. We'll keep this. We're going to probably want to land on top. Storm the Vault doesn't quite get there because we need more land, so we're going to have to bottom that, unfortunately. These Toxic Deluges could also be awkward main board. Like, these Toxic Deluge could probably turn into, like, is it Signet? Hey, what's up, Oren? How you doing? I just learned a lot of really important things about my deck. I don't think I want to just give away right off the bat that we are a Thopter Foundry deck, so I'm just going to pass. Getting by. That's good. How was work today? Oh, Sorcerer Spyglass needs to come into the sideboard. That's another thing we learned that I didn't do. I think 3 Revel of Riches is getting a little bit greedy for the sideboard alternate win condition. Deathrite Shaman, great. Alpha Trops, we're likely looking at like an awkward Grixis Delver start. Another Mox Diamond without land, that's pretty awkward. Alright, so my deck just fucking hates me, basically, is what it comes down to. I've added more land, still can't find mana sources, really, except for Mox Diamonds, which don't do anything with this hand. Yeah, I'm catching on to your sarcasm there, Hackbert. Double Delver Deathrite. Oh my god. My opponent probably also has Daze. So I could just be randomly blown out with Daze here. I'm going to try this in Snaring Bridge first, see if my opponent interacts with it. Give my opponent the chance to interact with this. Means next turn I can try and Toxic Deluge. Hopefully I'll find another mana source so it becomes relevant. Deathrite exiling a land. It's probably going to be a Brainstorm in response. Trying to dig for some type of counter magic. Yeah, there's the brainstorm. Oh, I see what you're doing. You were doing a pun there because it's Revel in Riches and that's greedy. Yes, I got what you're saying now. Okay. Clever. Come on. The Slinger Bridge resolves. We're still in decent shape. Okay, so yeah, we're still in decent shape. Like, we're not stopping anything from attacking me this turn, but at least we still have this Toxic Deluge to fall back on. If our opponent does end up, like, countering our spells or whatever, like, we're just emptying our hands so they can't attack us. We know they have Lightning Bolt in hand twice because they have 2 Delvers revealing it. The good old awkward Grixis Delver start where they start on the opening hand trop. The one of. We're going to take 6 here. The moment our opponent can't use Deathrite, so I'm not sure why they wanted to attack with that as well. But, oh well. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with not taking more damage. Counter runes ain't bad, so now we can try and Toxic Deluge away from the board. So this way we can at least we can play through a daze. We'll just pay 2 life. They're not going to be pumping their team, so we just wipe the board here. As long as they don't have Forcible, we're okay. And if they do have Forcible, our hand will be down where they can't just attack us, so that's fine as well. So we either wipe their board and they can't attack us, or they have Force. Okay, so they didn't have Force. Yeah, I mean, yeah, whatever. Pass turn. Don't need this mana for anything, so not really relevant. We know they have at least a Lightning Bolt. We end up seeing like a Young Pyromancer that could make things a little awkward for us. It's like they could just make a Young Pyromancer here and then like bolt us to make a token immediately. Thopter's Spy Network's not bad. I'm hoping it resolves. My opponent didn't daze us before, which means they could potentially have daze in hand that they just couldn't do anything with, but that was this crap. That's not what I wanted to cast at all. That's what I wanted to cast. There we go. We can resolve this. We do have an artifact in play, so we'll be able to make some Thopters. My opponent's likely just going to daze us, so I can't picture we can get away with this. You're actually going to float mana, stage, return an island? Why don't you just pay for the days? Sure, okay. Maybe my opponent's like Brainstorm, they want to put land back on top of the library? No. So there's really no reason my opponent should float a mana there. I would just hard cast the days. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if there's any particular reason to float the mana first, but. Oh, hey, look, Sword of the Meek, sweet. Let's get this Thopter Foundry down. Let's get this Sword of the Meek down. Hope my opponent just doesn't have Force. We do have a Academy Rune, so we can rebuy it, so. My opponent has Force here on this, like, they're going to exile a card from their hand. Okay, they scoop because they can't really keep up with us. That's cool. Ghirapur Aether Grid seems like it's going to be very good, keeping Young Pyromancer at bay. I don't think Transfer is going to be worth it, and I'm not really huge on Paydim. Yeah, it could just be muscle memory to not just hard cast days. They also don't need more than 2 lands in play, so. I don't think I particularly care much for Dack Fayden here. I don't think Dack Fayden actually does anything for us, really. Like, he helps us dig, but he doesn't do anything past that against them. And generally, I'm fine with having all the Thopter Foundry, Sword of the Meek. I'm generally okay with Thopter Spy Network. And then we're a Storm the Vault deck, so we really want to get Storm the Vault off. This hand's not terrible. We top deck an Ancient Tomb. It's a turn 2 Tezzeret. Yeah, we'll keep this. That's a Deathrite. You have a Deathrite. Toxic Deluge is not a bad top deck. I'm going to play an island. We'll play Mox Diamond. See if my opponent tries to interact with Mox Diamond. They didn't. We'll discard this Volcanic Island. Don't do that. Do that. Almost clicked Sword of the Meek there, so that would have been silly. And my opponent didn't daze or Izzet Signet, so that's great. So like another land here gives us a turn 2 Tezzeret, Agent of Bolas. The opponent ends up just like playing land and playing like a Delver. Another land here gives us Tox Deluge for 2 through a daze, which is great. Great if my opponent just went like Pyromancer here, because I would love to just Tox Deluge through that, but we're not going to be responding to anything, so we're just going to pass turn. Alright, we'll just keep developing our mana, play an Izzet Signet here. I could just try and jam a Sorghum Meek here. I can't picture my opponent actually has any way to interact with it. They might have some Surgicals post board. So they could take this opportunity to like daze this or counter this in some way and then like Surgical all copies out of my deck. So this might be a little risky to do, but okay, nope, they didn't do anything. My opponent has like that random like one of Ancient Grudge here. It's gonna be a little awkward for me. Opponent is very land heavy at the moment. Sangbridge isn't really great here. I do want this Tezzeret in play. Tezzeret's something I think my opponent will absolutely daze if I try to jam it here. So I guess I'll just play the second Sword of the Meek, because that way they have to answer both if they're going to like possibly get rid of one to Surgical. I'd like to keep one in play at all times, so that way I can't just lose them. And then I have nothing else to cast, so we're just going to pass turn. Opponent's not using their Deathrite at all, so that's kind of interesting. Alright, so they're going to need a Brainstorm and finally drain me for some. Okay. I can draw another mana source so we can play around days. I'm going to try and jam a Tezzeret next turn. But I definitely want the other mana source to play around days. Bloodstained Mire works great. Hopefully we don't just get stifled here. If we get stifled here, I mean, we can't just sit here and do nothing. So I'm actually okay with that. I have a bunch of blue and red mana sources, so I'm going to try this for a black mana source. We will activate. And we'll activate. And we will play a Tezzeret around days. My opponent has Force Will. It's really obviously unfortunate, but Spell Pierce is also pretty good. We can't really play around Spell Pierce with what we have here, so Spell Pierce is something that probably maybe should have been on my radar, but it wasn't. Okay. My opponent can obviously eat their Spell Pierce if they want. Starting to get to the realm where I'm kind of interested in firing off this Tox Deluge to hopefully answer my opponent's Deathrite Shaman, but I still think Deathrite on its own probably isn't really relevant enough where we want to do that. A Delver in play as well does kind of change things, though. So I can play around Daze or Spell Pierce. I can't play around both. Yeah, I'm fine with this. Thopter Foundry is great. We'll just play the Thopter Foundry. My opponent doesn't have Force of Will. We're in pretty good shape. My opponent does have Force of Will here. I guess I should have probably used the Signet randomly. So I could also Tox Deluge here. So they force-pitched Force. So if I'm playing into Daze here, I'm actually okay with that. I'm going to play out this Ensnaring Bridge. If my opponent dazes me, that's pretty much all the permission they're likely going to have. So then I can just next turn Tox Deluge. Delver's going to attempt to flip next turn, most likely. They might just not do it. They might just not do the Delver flip so they can still attack us, because we do just have one card in hand. I don't think they really gain anything by not doing the Delver flip. Next turn, if they do reveal to Delver and they didn't reveal Force of Will Surgical, okay, that's going to be unfortunate because we have the Thopter Foundry. So we're probably going to lose all our Thopter Foundries here. But we're going to Tox Deluge them, make them lose their board, so that's actually okay. That Surgical is a little unfortunate, though. Ancient Grudge destroy my Ensnaring Bridge, okay. Can also flash it back if they want. They don't particularly get anything by flashing it back, but they'll likely wait until our draw step, at least, to cast a Surgical on our Thopter Foundry, hoping to snag another one. Can't picture why they wouldn't use Ancient Grudge here on something. Okay, so they're going to do that on our turn? Okay, that's fine. So now we have no information on the cards in our hand currently. Thopter Foundry is unfortunate because that gives us the ability to really take over a game, but okay. You done yet? We still have ways to get incremental like advantage on board with through like Thopter Spy Network, and I guess Storm the Vault doesn't really give us incremental advantage, but we still have like our Tezzerets. We have our Tezzerets. We still have all that, so we're pretty good. We're in decent shape. Are you done? Can you be done now? Storm the Vault. Sweet. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. We're gonna try and kill their board. If the last two cards are force, pitch something, then my opponent has it all. They have it all. Yeah, they're gonna need Surgical Extraction. They're gonna at least get the value out of that. We are dead to a couple bolts, which is worth noting. We don't have our Thopter Foundry anymore to go with Store the Meek and gain a bunch of life, so that is worth noting. A couple bolts will kill us. Young Pyromancer is not too bad either. Young Pyromancer likely kills us. Alright, let's play this Thopter Spy Network. Hopefully we'll get the chance to make some tokens before our opponent's able to really make some tokens. So another Toxic Deluge wouldn't be bad just to wipe their board. What else wouldn't be bad in our deck? Gearport Orrery wouldn't be bad, or Aether Grid, so we can shoot down the Young Pyromancer. Since my opponent could wasteland me here, but it doesn't really seem like it does much. We have Thopter Foundry, so we don't have Thopter Foundry, so they shouldn't be worried about taking too much damage. They could just attack us for 2 here, bolt us, and then just have like a kill. That could definitely be a thing. Tezzeret's not bad. I don't think Tezzeret really does anything for us, but whenever one or more artifact creatures you control is coming up to player. So I guess I can like animate something. They have Ancient Grudge though, so I don't really want to do that. So I guess if I don't animate anything, they just grudge my Thopter and kill it. So I probably want to animate something. So at least that way I have 2 blockers available. No green mana. Oh yes, that's a good point. So I guess we just attack them then, right? I hope they don't find green mana. That might be a little greedy. They might chump block here. If they chump block here, that's actually pretty good for us. No green mana, that's a good point. Lightning Bolt. Target. What, me? Okay. So my opponent has 2 attackers now, so they got it. Yeah, so that was kind of greedy. My opponent having the Lightning Bolt was good enough. Yeah, we just take 1 from this elemental, that's more than enough. Maybe my opponent will play scared and not attack us. Maybe that'll be a thing. Fork Bolt. Okay. Go back to sideboard. I mean, I'm fine. I think that what we had there was fine. Paydim might be worth it. Like if they're gonna have like Ancient Grudges and stuff. Like I'm not a horrible fan of. I don't hate Paydim. I definitely am willing to make room for it. So I think I'm gonna cut a Storm the Vault, a Thopter Spy Network, maybe a Thopter Foundry too. I don't know. I don't know if Tezzeret's really strong enough in this matchup, so we're gonna get rid of it. Armchair Strategist is easy. You'll have to explain that one to me. So I'm basically cutting some of our more top end. I want to be a little bit faster on the play. Hopefully get something going. Yes, I'd love to play first. It's not beautiful, but we have like a turn 1 Signet. This hand doesn't do anything past that pretty much though. feel like we have to mulligan. Like, turn 1 Chalice is probably what I'm going to be aiming for. This isn't going to turn 1 Chalice for sure. Has a lot of interaction if we find anything relevant, but... yeah, that's fair. I'm going to keep it. Another Chalice is going to go to the bottom. So he land really bad. This keep might have been greedy. I probably should have gone to a 5. Or maybe I should have just kept like that 7 card, like all mana hand. All mana into all mana with 2 Sword of the Meek. That hand seemed like pretty nuts, huh? Delver, that's aggressive. That's not great for us. Yeah, not be able to turn 1. Oh, another Chalice, even though we did bottom that, right? Don't tell me I like didn't. Yeah, I bottomed that. So there's 3 Chalices in a row. That sucks. Yeah, so we're probably fucking dead. Well, I added land and I still can't find mana, so life just sucks if you're me, I guess. I guess that's all there is to say about that. My next draw will probably be something like a Mox Diamond, just because that's my life. What else? Taxing Probe? Sure. Know my exact hand. Please, have a Cobble Therapy as well. I hope you have a Cobble Therapy so you can take both Chalices or both Garrett per Aether Grids. Probably both Chalices since they're the only ones that are really relevant. I guess if we top deck, like, Ancient Tomb, my opponent doesn't have Daze or Force, like, we could potentially, like, play a Garrett per Aether Grid next turn and have, like, a Ping Engine up, but that doesn't really win us this racing as a 3-2. I can't picture this in a Cobble Therapy, though. Maybe it's Young Pyromancer, but yeah, okay. Wasteland's not quite good enough. We're going to have to resolve this as a Signet to get our mana up. It's possible I should have just gone for Underground Sea, considering the fact that we do need black mana eventually for Tezzeret, but... I've got a bad feeling that we're not going to get there anyway. If my opponent has a Cobble Therapy here, we are so boned either way. It's possible I should have just jammed a Chalice for 1. It's like Cobble Therapy, take your Chalices. Cobble Therapy, take your Garrett or Aether Grids. Seems pretty good. So Ancient Tomb off the top gives us the mana to Chalice for 1, play Aether Grid, and be able to shoot the Young Pyromancer. Any mana off the top allows us to play this through Daze, play a Chalice, hopefully be able to have this and Chalice up. Even though it's going to be Chalice for 0, I can at least ping the Young Pyromancer and get that off the board. Okay. You have cantrips. Hopefully you do not have Black Source Cobble Therapy. Yay, and Stangbridge. Like, I have to just try and jam this. I think I play 2 Chalice for 0s and try to shoot Young Pyromancer. Oh, I can't play 2 Chalice for 0s because the first Chalice for 0 counters the second Chalice for 0. Okay, yeah, that's bad. That's not ideal. Maybe my opponent will counter this and panic because they're worried I'm going to shoot the Young Pyromancer. We could get lucky like that, right? That's the thing that can happen. Yeah, I can't cast this other Chalice now. That sucks. I didn't think of that. I can cast, I can't resolve this other Chalice. Excuse me. Yeah, thanks, Justin. I appreciate that. Yay, Wasteland. Bye, Volcanic Island. What are you doing? Ponder. Stop finding all your cantrips. Should draw just lands. My opponent, that's what my opponent should do. Just lands all day. Relevant for bridge. Yeah, that's fair. It's not very relevant for bridge since my opponent's going very wide on the cantrips through the young Pyromancer, so my opponent's getting a lot of 1/1 tokens. At the moment, I'm never casting his Tezzeret, especially after that happens. This next turn, I'll definitely be trying to resolve a Chalice for 1, though, and shooting this young Pyromancer. I'm probably just dead anyways, right? Yeah, I'm at 4. Oh, I'm so dead. I guess I need to top deck Black Source and Tox Deluge here, and then possibly just die to Bolt anyway. Yeah, this is just way too slow. Yeah, well, life sucks. What can you do? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this deck needs. Like, I guess, like, I should probably try to see the Synod, Vault of Whispers. I maybe should have, like, 2 I should probably have, like, 2 Sage Traders in here for the, like, additional possible mana ramp. The sideboard Spyglass is something that I definitely am supposed to have. Revel of Riches is probably just terrible. Those probably just go away. Paydeems are probably too cute. They probably go away. Like, these, honestly, all these cards right here, probably all just leave. Like, Paydeem's too cute. Another Void of the Abyss is too cute. Revel of Riches is too cute. I think the Ghirapur Aether Grids are probably fine. I can see running up to 4 Sorcerer Spyglass, honestly. I can see running up to 4 Sorcerer Spyglass. Yeah, I don't think I own Spyglass either right now. I don't particularly have the money to just blow on those right now, so... Fortunately, I'm not going to be doing it. Yeah, no Spyglass. I could run some number of Search Shadow Scant in this deck, too. Considering the deck has no creatures, it pretty much always hits. I could run, like, my own Umezawa Shute. That's about it, yeah. I could run Pyroclasms. Yeah, I like Pyroclasms, actually. That could be fine. They don't need to be mainboard, though. Jesus Christ. I don't know if it's even 4. Might just be 3 or 2. How much is Spyglass online, anyway? .22 ticks? Sure. I think I actually have enough credit currently where I can just get those all. If I could spell, that'd be great. Whoa. I only get 2 of these at the moment. I can't get any more because I don't have any ticks currently. Alright, we're just going to get 2 for now. I'll put 2 in my sideboard. I have a tick. I just didn't put it in my binder, so... yeah. I feel so naked right now with all you being able to see this stuff that I got here. New binder. Let's just get the other 2 Sorcerer Spyglass. Oh, well, you can blow me. There we go, card order. Let's do this. How dare card order bot tell me they're gonna decline the trade. How dare they? Alright, take my tick. Give me some credit. Thanks, card hoarder, for being convenient and easy. Appreciate it. Yay, 4 Sorcerer Spyglass. I think that's definitely needed. Alright. Now we broke. Let's see here. So, Sorcerer Spyglass, where are you? Alright, add all the sideboard. That's too many in sideboard. Yeah. I don't know about Revel and Rich. I don't think I really like those, though. Those require too much to go right. have to like keep killing creatures to get like the treasures reliably. I don't know if that's really like where. I don't know if that's really that great. Like I can see maybe one of. Maybe I don't know. We'll try one on the sideboard. Why not? Let's see here. Let's open this up a bit. Transfers felt a little underwhelming. Definitely gonna put a couple Search for Azcanta in the main. I'm gonna cut a Thopter Spy Network. Do I have CSN on the artifact lands? No, I don't. I'll test artifact lands at some point, but it's not gonna be today. Do you want to add more mana? Add an island, I guess, to get the 4th. I need to cut 2 cards now. Let's cut one of the Storm Vaults, and I'll cut the second Thopter Spy Network. I guess now I have an extra slot in the sideboard. Seems like we want a lot more sweeper effects. I think another Pyroclasm is probably fine. So we'll be at 4 Pyroclasm on the sideboard. So I guess the Grixis Delver, we probably just want that. So we're going to try this. We'll play another match against Kalos here, then we'll call it a night. So we're up to 24 lands. We have the 4 Mox Diamonds. We've trimmed down 1 Storm the Vaults. Yeah, this hand's got, like, decent mana, but I can't really do anything with it. Put a Mox Diamond here to be a little more exciting. I'm going to try it. It does things, so I'm not really going to complain. I'll just play Bloodstained Mire and pass turn. We're in Storm, so we're done fucked up. We're getting Sneak and Show, apparently. So I guess put in Thopter Spy Network, hoping my opponent doesn't put in... Oh, it's Griselbrand. That's not great. Yay, Griselbrand. Draw lots of cards for a Sneak and Show. Another Ancient Tomb. Sweet. Maybe I should have fetched before we drew that card. Yeah, Underground Sea. Not really worried about my opponent, like, randomly wastelanding us, so play Thopter Foundry, see what happens. I'm drawing some cards. They want to force this. Not really sure why. I don't know what Thopter Foundry really threatens here. We don't have mana to activate it. They can draw cards and possibly get an Emrakul in play. You can't beat that. I mean, we don't beat this right now, so we're just going to go ahead and scoop. If I had like Ensnaring Bridge there, it would have been much better. We're not beating where we are, so. Deluge, I don't particularly care much for. I don't mind some member Sorcerer's Spyglass just to shut down their Griselbrands. Chalice is okay at shutting down their cantrips, otherwise it's going to be fairly bad, but we're going to keep it in just for that reason of being able to shut down cantrips. I think this is fine. Like, we're not a permission deck. Transfer is terrible because they're trying to resolve 3 and 4 mana spells anyway, so transfer doesn't really do anything. Would love to play first. I will keep this. It's very tempting to just go turn 1 Signet for a turn 2 Tezzeret. We can't currently do a turn 2 Tezzeret though, so we're just going to go turn 1 Chalice. Hope that shutting down the cantrips is enough. We do have the Ensnaring Bridge in hand, so if my opponent tries to... So if my opponent does try to keep us off... If my opponent tries to like show and tell, we just put Ensnaring Bridge. Trini's okay against Omni. Trinisphere will buy you like a turn or 2 against Omniscience, but overall if your opponent just gets like show and tell Omniscience, the next turn they have 3 mana, they just then cast Emrakul anyway. Take their extra turn, wipe your board, and then transfer doesn't matter. So I really don't care much for transfer against Sneak and Show. The funny thing is, like, transfer against Sneak and Show is actually more relevant later in the game than it is early in the game. Because later in the game, when you can possibly, like, close out a game by buying that extra turn or two, it's more relevant. But we're not really a fast clock anyway, so we're not really looking like we're going to be doing that anyway. So my opponent has Mountain that they fetch off Scalding Tarn, which means they obviously have at least a blue source. So my opponent looks like they're going to be on Sneak Attack, which means we have to try to resolve it in Ensnaring Bridge, unfortunately. I'd rather put it off Show and Tell, but we actually just have to resolve this. My opponent has Force, they just have Force. Like, we're just fucked either way. Rather give my opponent a nasty surprise, I have them Show and Tell. But them fetching the Mountain really leads me to believe that they have a Sneak Attack, that's what they're going on. So we have to get this Ensnaring Bridge in play before we just get Sneak Attack, Emrakul, or Sneak Attack, Griselbrand, Emrakul. I could also play a Chalice for 0, shut down Lotus Petal. It's not pretty, but it could get there. Yeah, I mean, you either have Force for that or you don't have Force for that. I'm not sure what you were thinking about, opponent. Like, you can't really let Ensnaring Bridge resolve if you're going for a Sneak Attack. I'll play Chalice for 0, shut down their Lotus Petals. So they can just jam Sneak Attack, jam Petal, put in a Griselbrand, put in Emrakul, draw some cards, possibly draw into something that just gets us. If I had more mana, I would definitely have just tried playing a Chalice for 2 after that, but... Oh, god damn it. I wish my TV gave me a warning when it's going to shut off. Yeah, I mean, I'm still not really interested in putting in Trinisphere. On the draw, it might be more relevant, but I don't really feel that way. So I think we're just gonna stick with this. If we can get the Storm the Vault, the Thopter Foundry, and sort of make active, we never die to an Emrakul, so I think we're just gonna keep with what we're going, try and get something set up, and if we can get there, that'd be great. If not, we just cry. Interestingly enough, we finally have a matchup where the Abyss actually isn't bad. So they just Show and Tell Emrakul, or Show and Tell Omniscience Emrakul. You put in the Abyss off the Show and Tell, and they just can't keep a creature on board. Yeah, thanks, Matt. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a good night. Should be interesting exploring this archetype. Not that this is an archetype, really, but I guess this is a version of Tezzerator, so there's that. So good top decks right now are Mox Diamond. Ancient Tomb isn't terrible just because it gets our Signet down, which means we can turn to a Tezzeret, hopefully. Chalice doesn't really do much here because we can't turn one it. So there's the Mox Diamond we were hoping for. With a Scalding Tarn, I'll likely pitch a Wasteland to this Mox Diamond. We'll get Underground Sea off that. Play this Mox Diamond. We'll pitch a Wasteland. My opponent might play a. My opponent might just play a random non-basic land, thinking they're safe from Wasteland, but we'll Wasteland them, just surprise them. I really think playing Search is correct here. I would love to play the Izzet Signet to set up for next turn Tezzeret, but I think Search is going to be more correct here for filtering our draws. Tezzeret can obviously dig for Ensnaring Bridge, which is the plus side of playing Tezzeret there next turn, but if we top deck an Ancient Tomb, we can still play Tezzeret next turn. Misty, you gonna fetch a Valk? You should fetch a Valk and not kill me, because that'd be great. I'll happily wasteland your Valk. Wasteland Valk, play as this Signet. No, that's an island, don't do it. Ponder, okay. My initial impression of this deck is that all we've done is taken Tezzerator, which has a fairly regular game plan, or a fairly cohesive game plan, and watered it down a bit. Yes, that can go in my graveyard. I don't want a Volcanic Island. Thank you for asking. Alright, so I can play a Thopter Foundry here. I can also play an Izzet Signet. And then not be able to play a Thopter Foundry? Is that what I'm looking at right now? Yeah. So I'm just playing the Signet, probably. I get a development mana, so Signet comes in, I guess. My opponent cast Show until I just put in Thopter Foundry. Maybe Wasteland. Yeah, I think Dimir Signet might just be better than Izzet Signet as a 4-of. I don't know if I want any number of Izzet Signets anymore. Learning quite a bit about this deck. That doesn't really exist. City of Traders. What you got? Preordain? That is a Show and Tell. I guess I'll put in a Thopter Foundry and help him not just dead. Okay, not just dead, cool. Okay. 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 What you got? Yes, put Island to my graveyard. I do not want Island. I don't think Spyglass actually really does anything for me here. I guess we just try and jam it. See if we can lock down my opponent's Griselbrand. I may end up just having to use my Thopter's Foundry to make a token and block. Okay, so we're just going to name Griselbrand. They have double Emrakul, Force of Will. We're going to keep them from blocking. We're going to keep them from drawing cards. Wish I had one more mana because this Tezzeret would be great right now. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and pass. My opponent Preordain before they cast Show and Tell. What do they do with that Preordain? They put a card on bottom, put a card on top. And their top deck was just another Show and Tell. How perfect. No, I don't have anything to put in. Thank you for asking. I likely just boned here. So that's what we've seen. So we know what my opponent has in hand at least. We know they can't Force Will us right now. So Ensnaring Bridge would be pretty good here. Yes, but Chalice of Light in my graveyard. That card does absolute dog shit, garbage, nothing. Okay, so the Meek almost climbs us back into this, but not really. So if we Tezzeret, we can't actually find Ensnaring Bridge and play it. We Swore the Meek. Can make 3 tokens, gain 3 life, sack almost everything except for tokens. To block some things? What the fuck did I just do? Did I really just not cast that? Fuck this game, man. I must have misclicked and not clicked this, so... Oh well. We're gonna try one more match. This is very frustrating, though. It's not coming together for us. I lost the die roll. So I have not been finding... So one of the problems is I haven't been finding that many Chalice for 1 hands on turn 1. Toxic Illusions probably should just be sideboard. It's possible I should have some number like Transmute Artifact or just Thirst for Knowledge. And maybe I shouldn't be on 4 Thopter Foundry, 3 Soil the Meek. That might be a little bit greedy to have too many copies of each. I'm going to mulligan this hand. Doesn't really do anything. This hand doesn't do... This hand does even less than the first. I guess I should have just kept the first hand, because the first hand at least had like the mana and stuff. It was just super slow. God, this is fucking awful. Yeah, we're going to mulligan as well. My opponent didn't mulligan, though. Keep. Yeah, sure. I hope for a land on top. Hope it's an Ancient Tomb. That'd be nice. That's a bulk, whatever. It's a land. We keep it. We do not play this Mox Diamond. My opponent didn't mulligan to a land. Okay, there's a land. Dark Ritual. This fucking Reanimator. Are you kidding me? It's garbage deck. This is Storm. This is Test. Okay. 8 goblins. I don't know if we can beat that. Yeah. Huh. Alright, well. We will cast this, discarding this. Blue. You know what? I think we just concede. I don't want my opponent to have too much information. I'd rather catch him off guard post board. Fine with some number of pyroclasms, I guess. Stopper Spy Networks probably just suck. Toxic Deluge is just really just worse than Pyroclasm. Sandbridge doesn't matter at all. I think we're fine with this, though. Like some number Tezzeret could possibly go as well, but we actually like beat Storm with Tezzeret earlier because we were able to animate a bunch of artifacts and just punch them to death before they could really do anything. I would love to play first. Thank you for asking. This hand's garbage. This hand's much better. Keep. I will keep the additional mana source on top. Alright. We can turn to Trinisphere as well. So we're in very good shape here. We can also wasteland our opponent to keep them under a Trinisphere the next turn, so that's awesome. So yeah, I'd say we're in pretty good shape right now. So as for normal Stompy style, I think that this deck's pretty well positioned against decks like Storm. That's pretty much just a Stompy thing. I don't know if this deck's really particularly good against anything fair, though. Like, Grixis was kind of close, but we're a little bit slow against them. Play Island, play Transfer. It's unfortunate my opponent will have 3 mana next turn. We're definitely going to have to wasteland them. Okay, my opponent's good, so go to game 3. We don't change anything else because there's nothing else to change. I could trim down on something like the Thopter Foundry because it might be a little bit slow. We are against Tez, which actually allows us to close the game fast, but having more copies of Pyroclasm might not be terrible. I like having Dack Fade because my opponent tries playing like early artifacts, worry about chalices and stuff. We can actually Dack Fade and steal the artifact, force them to use them early, or just not use them at all. Which also gives us access to them, which is great. This hand's a little slow. I'm going to have to mulligan this, unfortunately. This hand, like, even Mox Diamond doesn't really fix this hand. Mulligan. This hand's still pretty slow without any block. This hand doesn't really do anything is a problem. If my opponent mulligans, I might actually just keep this hand. My opponent did mulligan, so I'm just going to keep this. This hand has a bunch of mana. It has mana ramp. It has Search for Azcanta. If our top card is a Mox Diamond, we can turn one Izzet Signet and Search for Azcanta, which wouldn't be bad. It would give us the ability to dig and give us all the mana in the world we would ever need. Transfer on top is pretty good. We'll keep the transfer. Alright. I thought my opponent had mulligan to 4, but I guess they didn't. They put a card on top. That's not a great sign. Chromebox Exotic Ponder. Okay, that's fine. So I'm just going to Ancient Tomb, Izzet Signet, say go. I would just jam transfer next turn, and hopefully it's good enough. It was a brainstorm. Yeah, makes sense. If my opponent's hand is slow, we also actually have the benefit that my opponent makes us discard the transfer. We actually have the ability to play Academy Runes, use the Ancient Tomb through Izzet Signet to put that transfer back on top, and then we can immediately play the transfer again. So it takes a couple turns, but we can still get there with that. Opponent's very light on resources right now, which is 2 more cards in hand. I can't picture that they have anything else going on for them. I suppose Dark Ritual puts them to 3 mana. They could go 4/5. So if their last 2 cards in hand are Dark Ritual and Ad Nauseam, they actually could just combo and possibly kill us. It's very likely, but yeah, that's not happening apparently, so that's good. I will fetch an Underground Sea here to make sure we have black mana. I'm going to play a Transfer. It's a little unfortunate that if my opponent does have like Hurkyl's Recall, they can bounce everything back to our hands, but we should be okay otherwise. If they have Hurkyl's Recall, they lose their Lotus Petal, which is great. They still are limited on resources. If I can draw a Dack Fade in here, that'd be ideal, because then I could like take their Chrome Mox, take their Lotus Petal over a couple turns. Tezzeret's not terrible. Tezzeret does give us a win condition. Black. Use a colorless into that for blue-red. Play a Tezzeret. I guess I should have used Volcanic Island so I could animate this and start beating them. So that was a little silly. I know the transfer doesn't really do much, but it's fine to have redundant transfers in case my opponent's on stuff like Bifrost rather than stuff like Hurkyl's Recall. Duress, probably taking the Trinisphere, maybe take the Search. I think since we have the redundant Trinisphere, they're going to have to answer both anyways. They probably take the Search for Azcanta. It's a card that allows us to dig. It also allows us to get some card advantage later in the game as we start building up. So yeah, taking Search for Azcanta makes a lot of sense here. My opponent's on something like Bifrost or whatnot too. This the secondary Trinisphere will get pretty good. We're getting rid of this Volcanic Island. We'll play this redundant Trinisphere. We're just going to hope my opponent's not on Bifrost, basically, is what it comes down to. I want to take up Tezzeret and keep getting card advantage, but I think we're actually better off just getting in for some damage here, so I'm going to go ahead and animate this to Izzet Signet and start getting some damage. My opponent is likely still going to try to have to go off, like, end of turn, Hurkyl's, or something along the lines. Nauseam for a lot of cards, because my opponent has only 2 cards in hand. If we can get the damage down, and Nauseam becomes more likely to be lethal. My opponent's on something like a Braid or whatnot, like, we can deal with that since we have 2 transfers in play. But it's likely my opponent's on, like, Bifrost, if anything. Yeah, okay, we got that. So that's the last match I'm going to play with this deck tonight. This is where we ended up at after everything's said and done. We're a Stompy deck, so it seems like combo decks are very good for us. Death and Taxes was fairly okay for us. Having more answers to Phyrexian Invoker might be worthwhile. Postboard Ghirapur Orrery or Aether Grid and having mainboard Toxic Delusion stuff was fine. Now that I have 4 Power Claws in postboard, I think that solves a lot of problems like against Grixis Delver, Death and Taxes and all that without having to run the awkward like 4 mana of the Abyss and 4 mana Nether Void. Naturally, 4 Chalice of Void, 4 Trinisphere combined like gives us pretty good hit against Storm postboard. 4 Mox Diamonds seem a lot better than Chrome Mox already. I'm not absolutely miserable by running them. We have a couple of things in the deck that aren't what they're supposed to be. Like these 2 Wastelands will eventually probably become Cydia Traders. This 3rd island will become a 3rd Underground Sea most likely, and this Badlands will become... Oh, maybe I'm like too short on mana now. It's like Badlands, Bloodstained Mire become another Delta and Underground Sea. 2 Wastelands become 2 Cydia Traders. Yeah, okay, so that makes sense. So that's what ended up happening with the mana base, I think. And I think that 4 Dimir Signet over any Izzet Signet is just correct. So I think that's where I'd probably go with the deck. I think the deck could potentially have legs. It's a little awkward. I think Thopter Spine Network might just be too cute. Like, I really want to play this card. I want this card to be good. Like, getting the ability to, like, make a creature every turn and then draw a card, extra card every turn seems decent. But I think Thopter Spine Network's probably just a little too cute. This could probably be a couple of Thirst for Knowledge. Toxic Deluge could possibly go to the sideboard and main board, like, the Revel for Riches and maybe 1 Ghirapur or Aether Grid, so you have, like, that random little main board hate. Or Toxic Deluge could just be swapped out for Power Class. I'm really not sure where to go with this, but something along those lines could happen. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I do want to say thank you very much for everyone stopping by. I want to thank Hipsters of the Coast and Card Hoarder for supporting the stream, allowing me to play like some of these crazy, weird decks. Anyone who was tuning in, hoping to see Legacy Cheerios tonight, I'm so sorry. That deck is so bad. I could not stream it. I could not bring that deck to your league. And then I'm just not a huge fan of Nick Fit in general. I used to be a big fan of Nick Fit, but I decided I can't run that deck either right now. Kate Spell's a little weird. I'm not really huge on it. It's probably fine, but my flavor of Nick Fit was like, you know, like Glissa the Rock deck and whatnot. So I'm much more into like Nick Fit the Rock type styles. But thank you very much for stopping by. If you don't follow me on Twitter, be sure to follow me on Twitter. It's on my streaming overlay at Aaron Xanaga. If you don't follow me on YouTube, I also have YouTube. It's the same thing for the channel. And then if you don't follow me on here, follow me on here. Feel free to sub, obviously. I don't mind getting some money. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone, and have a good night.